Yes, indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the God Particle Podcast. Today is Sunday, August 9th, 2026. We'll be back up in this thing after a week off. Yeah, I mean, good to be back in the frequency again, in the zone again
Yes, indeed.
on this good Sunday. I am TY,
Support sure.
and you already know we here to do our part in this thing, keep this thing moving. In these interesting fucking times. This shit is we say it all the time, but yeah, it's, every week it still holds a space. This shit is getting weirder and weirder. You know what I mean?
Yes,
But I
indeed.
don't know if it's good or bad though. Like it's not really like it's just weirder. But 'cause sometimes I feel like great about the changes, and then sometimes it's like what the fuck is going on, type of shit. You know what I mean? So yeah, I can't really say if it's a good or bad thing, but for sure, especially if you're watching any of the news, 5% of the news, 1% of the news, this shit is just a goddamn, yeah, it's a shit show.
Shit
Like,
show for sure. And I don't even watch the news.
yeah, but
Flicking
this,
through the channels on the like regular TV where I just came from, I seen it for like 2 seconds. Flicking, which is enough to read the title to see that it's some bullshit going on.
exactly. That's all you need, bro. Just a quick
That's
flash.
it.
You didn't even
Right.
got to get deep into the stories, bro. Then you know, all right, yeah, come on, man, what the fuck is going on?
Bunch of BS. Yes, indeed, man.
Yeah, I mean, so yeah. Uh, the title for this episode is the frequency can is it the frequency connection? God, I forgot what I titled the damn thing.
Let's say that. When you look
Hold
at
on, y'all. Yeah, I think it's the frequency connection because we continuing with this no, the frequency prison. There you go.
it.
The frequency prison because we still once again continuing from this great reset 11 chapter breakdown. So today we doing chapters 8 and 9. Chapter 8 is the frequency prison, and chapter 9 is the hidden reset. All right, so we gonna definitely get into that, some more interesting breakdowns. And for in the chicken, I've actually found some a couple chemicals that's in like lotions and stuff. So I'm gonna break down them joints. I got one today, the formaldehyde. Y'all probably heard of that shit. I definitely heard of it before. Um, but can't remember where I heard it or why I heard it. But allegedly, this is like some preservative type of shit or something for lotions. But of course, by itself, it is a carcinogen. So you already know. We gonna break that down, and then we got Bilberry. I think do you remember doing Bilberry for the health and wellness? I swear I remember that it looked like blueberries.
Bill Berry.
Yeah, it looked exactly like blueberries. It comes to my mind, but I was looking for, I couldn't find it, but I didn't look at all of them because the chat was tripping. There was too much scrolling, so I ain't get
Right,
to
right,
look at
right.
them. But the shit sound familiar. But if we did go over it, then we about to go over it again.
Like I said,
Because
it doesn't sound familiar to me like you did, like you
okay.
had.
So yeah, this is bilberry for the health and wellness. It looks just like blueberries, and a lot of its effects and things it helps with are just like blueberries too. So bilberry, we gonna jump into that. And then I got some Facebook videos, of course, and some readings. You know what I mean, as usual. So this ain't food related, but I guess we can still cover the same intro with the end of chickens. Fuck it. Yeah, I mean, 'cause the shit is in your chicken and your lotion and your what else? Your water, soda, all of that shit,
Mhm.
nigga. Anything you put on it in your body, nigga, is in it.
It's there.
Yeah, you know
It's
what I mean?
there.
So, yeah, we gonna jump it off with the end of chicken intro. Let's do it.
The shit is in your food, it's in the motherfucking chicken. It's in the motherfucking chicken. The shit is in your food, it's in the motherfucking chicken. It's in the motherfucking.
All right. So yeah. Like I said, formaldehyde, and that's the only one I'm gonna get into today. I pulled up 6 of them, but I'm gonna just do them one at a time. Um, on these next few shows because these readings is hella long. For the frequency prison and the hidden reset, that shit be going in. So you know what I mean. It'll take less time on in the chicken and the health and wellness until we finish this great reset. So let's break down formaldehyde. Hold on, let me pull up my little there you go. Pull up the infographic formaldehyde. All right, let's jump into it. Formaldehyde. A lotion. A lotion doesn't necessarily need to list formaldehyde to expose the skin to small amounts of formaldehyde. Some preservatives are deliberately designed to release formaldehyde gradually as part of the product's preservation system. The FDA specifically identifies several of these ingredients as cosmetic allergens and formaldehyde releasers. What exactly is it? Formaldehyde is a highly reactive chemical with the formula CH2O. At room temperature, pure formaldehyde is a colorless gas. It has extensive uses in manufacturing, resins and adhesives, building materials, disinfectants, laboratories, embalming fluids, certain cosmetic formulations. That last comparison gets sensationalized online. The fact that formaldehyde hasn't, that's where I heard it from. That shit isn't fucking embalming fluid.
Formaldehyde.
Yeah,
It, I
yeah,
knew it was
that's
something
why I heard it.
powerful. I've heard it too many times.
Man, what the hell? Come on, bro. You gonna put it in the lotion? Like, that's wild.
You ain't
The
got
fuck?
smoke shit no more.
Right. The fact that formaldehyde has industrial uses doesn't itself prove that a cosmetic containing a formaldehyde releasing preservative is dangerous. The real dermatological concern is much more specific. Formaldehyde is a known skin sensitizer. Repeated exposure can cause some people to develop an allergy, after which relatively small exposures may trigger allergic contact dermatitis. Why would they put this in lotion? Because a bottle of lotion can be a fantastic environment of microorganisms. Think about it: water plus oils plus nutrients plus room temperature plus potential microbial growth. Uh, I mean, equals potential microbial growth. Preservatives prevent contamination by bacteria, mold, and yeast. Formaldehyde releasing preservatives essentially function as a slow release antimicrobial defense system. Instead of dumping a large quantity of formaldehyde into the lotion, the preservative releases very small amounts over time. The names that you really need to know. This is the important part. You aren't necessarily looking for the word formaldehyde. The FDA specifically identifies these formaldehyde or formaldehyde releasing cosmetic ingredients. DMDM, hydantone, hydantone, or hydantone, HYDANTOIN. One of the better known formaldehyde releasing preservatives. Look for DMDM, HYDANTOIN. Another one, Quaternium 15, another formaldehyde releasing preservatives, also historically known as Dowisil 200, DOWICIL 200. Another one is imidazolidinal urea, IMIDAZOLIDINYL urea, UREA. Say, don't let urea confuse you. This isn't the same thing as ordinary urea, commonly used as a moisturizing ingredient. Look specifically for that word urea, basically what I just said. Look for that, say, on the bottle. Another one, diazol, diazolidinal urea. So another urea. Closely related but chemically distinct. Another one, Bronopol, BRONOPOL, chemical name 2-bromo, 2-nitropropane, 1,3-diol. Another one, sodium methylglycinate or glycinate. Another name worth recognizing. All right, so yeah, basically all of these are fucking chemicals that can release formaldehyde in your lotions and shit, and shampoos and shit. That's crazy.
Man,
Uh,
it,
where where might you encounter them? Depending on formulation and manufacturer, formaldehyde releases have been used in products such as body lotions, moisturizers, shampoo, conditioner, body wash, liquid soap, makeup. sunscreen, hair products, nail products, some wipes, and personal care products. Formulas change frequently, so checking the actual ingredient panel is more reliable than assuming a particular brand contains them. Health concern number one: allergic contact dermatitis. This is the strongest skin specific reason to care. A person can become sensitized to formaldehyde. After sensitization, exposure can produce redness, itching, burning, scaling, swelling, dry, cracked skin, eczema like rashes. And here's an important detail: you might have used the ingredient previously without problems. Allergic contact dermatitis is a delayed immune reaction and can emerge after previous exposures. The American Contact Dermatitis Society notes that reactions can begin hours or days after exposure, even when someone previously handled the substance without problems. Damaged skin can be more important. Consider putting a preservative containing product onto freshly shaved skin, cracked hands, irritated skin, and existing rash. A compromised skin barrier isn't functioning as effectively as healthy, intact skin. That's one reason people with reactive or dermatitis prone skin may want to pay particularly close attention to preservatives. Three, the exposure is repeated. This is where lotions are different from something you use occasionally. Someone might apply body lotion once or twice every day, 365 days a year, and potentially over your arms, legs, hands, torso, and neck. That's why dermatologists care about sensitization, even when the concentration of an allergen is relatively small. The European Union took the sensitization issue seriously. This part is interesting. The EU Scientific Committee on Consumer Safety examined how much free formaldehyde could be present from formaldehyde release in preservatives before a warning should be required. The previous warning threshold was 0.05%. The committee concluded that that wasn't sufficiently protective for people already sensitized to formaldehyde. It recommended reducing the threshold 50-fold to 0.001%, 10 parts per million, to protect the vast majority of formaldehyde sensitized consumers. That is an important distinction. The regular the regulatory concern here is especially about protecting people with formaldehyde allergy, not evidence that 10 parts per million is poison to everyone who uses lotion. Who can? What about cancer? This needs careful separation. Formaldehyde itself is a known human carcinogen under certain exposure circumstances, with the clearest concern involving significant inhalation exposure, particularly occupational exposure. That does not mean that using lotion containing DMDM hiding tone causes cancer. Those are two very different exposure scenarios. The cancer evidence surrounding formaldehyde cannot be transferred to tiny amounts released by a properly formulated topical product. For our skincare hazard series, it will rank the evidence like this: strong evidence, allergic contact dermatitis, and I hate that damn word, sensitization. A legitimate concern of repeated exposure in already sensitized people, context dependent irritation, especially with compromised skin, or not established cancer caused by normal use of lotion containing an approved formaldehyde releasing preservative. That's a scientifically defensible distinction. There's another formaldehyde exposure that's much different: hair smoothing and straightening treatments. Some treatments can release formaldehyde gas when heated. That means that the person isn't merely getting trace dermal exposure, they can potentially inhale formaldehyde vapors. The FDA specifically warns that certain hair smoothing products contain formaldehyde, formalin, or methylene glycol can release formaldehyde into the air when heated, creating inhalation risks for clients and salon workers. That's a substantially different exposure scenario from body lotion. So that's crazy though, because that shit can still cause cancer though.
Yeah,
That's actually
especially,
the cancer causing part if you inhale it.
and then you putting it all over your body, so there is no way that
Right,
you
both right.
are not inhaling it. So you put it on
Right.
your body, getting it that way, and you inhaling the shit. And I read something that said um, it's highly the formaldehyde is highly effective at killing bacteria, mold, and fungi. So they're
Mm,
using that as a partial excuse of why they putting it in that motherfucker to
exactly.
kill off other crazy things, giving us one poison to kill off other things that's not good for our body. And all in all, at the end of the day, that body is still taking a fucking beating from
Right.
the shit that they're giving us.
And then calling that
Makes
shit
it makes no
skincare.
sense.
How is that skincare, bro? That's
Mm.
not taking care of your skin.
Yeah, that is crazy. That is crazy, man.
Uh,
Ain't no way
mhm.
you can make it make sense.
I know, right? All right.
But
Let me see where we at. All right, yeah. Your label cheat sheet. Formaldehyde release a watch list. Yeah, we did that already. All of the names. What should you look for instead? If someone specifically wants to avoid this preservative family, look for products advertised as formaldehyde releaser free. But don't assume that natural equals safer. Natural fragrances, essential oils, and botanical extracts can themselves trigger allergic contact dermatitis. For someone with persistent unexplained rashes, dermatologists can perform patch testing to identify the specific allergen rather than eliminating dozens of ingredients blindly. What happens after you stop using it? There's really no evidence-based formaldehyde detox timeline for lotion. That's important because I don't want to carry the food. I was talking about how you don't want to do the same thing that we did for the food. Bottom line, formaldehyde releasing preservatives aren't simply bottles of formaldehyde disguised as lotion. They're preservative systems designed to release small quantities of formaldehyde to control microorganisms. But there's a legitimate downside. Formaldehyde is a well established contact allergen, and these preservatives can matter significantly for people who become sensitized. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So, yeah.
and another crazy thing is, yeah, they're giving us one poison to kill off another, but they're also, like we said in other shows, other episodes and shit, they are causing the problem and giving us the solution for the shit.
Oh, yeah.
But it's not a real solution, as we know, because the
Right.
solution that they're giving is just a reoccurring cause of the problem,
Right.
kind of
Take that
shit.
shit in a loop. Take it right back.
They just got
Cause the
that shit
problem,
going and going.
bring the solution. Then that solution brings another problem.
Another fucking
And bring
problem.
a solution for that. Yeah.
It's
And it goes
crazy.
on and on and on and on. Is it the song that
Right. That should go
the
on and on, my friend.
hey,
Mm.
hey, some
That's
people
some great.
started singing it, not knowing what it was. They'll continue singing it forever just because.
It's the fucking song that never ends.
Can't
That's
stop,
some
won't
real
stop.
shit.
Bad
That's
boys for
some
life,
real
baby.
shit.
Shit is real, yo. Shit. This shit
Big
is
time.
real, yo.
Hey, they say once you know us as individuals, once we break those patterns, because even
Yeah,
from the biggest scale to the smallest scale, shit is about patterns. You know what I mean? If you go way back in time, the story gets crazier, but the patterns stay the fucking same. You know what I
yeah,
mean? So if we
yeah.
once we learn how to read the fucking patterns, we can break from that shit. Now on a bigger scale, of course you can't change nobody, but once you yourself recognize what the pattern is, you can get the fuck away from it or
Mm,
start the mission on breaking that shit.
yeah,
Because as we see, the stories are getting super fucking crazy. But
yeah,
underneath that shit, it's the same shit as back in the day. It's the same shit,
yeah,
different story.
yeah.
It's
Yeah,
wild.
that's definitely real shit though, cause I mean I've been like I've been new, but getting out
Yeah,
of the
yeah,
past
yeah.
is is a whole
It's,
different goddamn story.
yeah. Like I say,
But
once you notice it, that shit becomes
yeah,
even harder.
I fucking just recently I got to the point where I was like, man, I can't fucking run this pattern no more. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
I
yeah,
just
yeah.
fucking just fucking left my job. Like what's today?
Sunday at 9.
Maybe last Sunday. It's been a week now. Yeah, one morning I woke up like, you know what? And it was so real though. Like my body literally was just like having health issues from me going there because like
Yeah.
it's like a mind thing though. It's like yo, it felt like a fucking like a it felt like a prison.
Yeah.
Your day is shaped different when you get home. What you do is different. Like when you're thinking about you got to go to work tomorrow, that's different. It puts you in a different mind frame. It don't put you in the creator's mind frame. It puts you like, all right, we gotta get ready to wind down, get ready to go sleep, type shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Or if we gonna stay up, fucking, we just gonna watch some videos. You know what I mean? Smoke and drink, whatever, till we pass the fuck out, go work tomorrow, type shit. So yeah, I fucking pretty much left, and ain't. It's only been a week, but one thing for sure is yo the feeling it's like a whole different damn frequency, a whole different reality, yo. Like
Yeah.
now, even though of course I'm focusing on the creative shit and getting my certified with the video editing shit, right? Because that
Yeah.
shit only costs $150 to take the test, and all of the fucking classes is free. This is YouTube shit, tutorials and shit that they
Right.
give you for the test. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm focusing on. But yeah, but the whole morning to night energy is different now. I don't feel rushed. I'm not, you know what I mean? I got more creative thoughts, even though of course now it's the issue of making less money, but
Right.
I'm still feeling way more fucking free than when I was fucking going getting up at 4 in the morning every goddamn day, tired as hell, exhausted. You know what I
Back in
mean?
the
Like
same play.
it, it even stopped some of the like small issues I was having, like as far as like my health or my body, how I feel. Like just
Yeah.
after a couple days, that shit stopped. I'm like, oh shit, or somebody just been sleep deprivation type of shit. You know what I mean? I used to be tired as a motherfucker working that job, dozing off all the fucking time.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Exhausted.
I can understand why for sure.
Yeah.
To,
So
to
yeah.
that point, coming off the like certain, I ain't gonna say I got well, no, I got a sensitive stomach, right?
Mm,
And so a lot of times, of course, when I do smoke and shit, that shit it calms my shit, it relaxes my shit, balances my shit rather.
yeah, yeah.
But on being on the cruise ship, not being able to smoke how I do, um, I never had any issues.
Yeah.
Like I never had any kind of sensitive stomach kind of issues or any type shit like that. Like maybe once or twice, but it might have even been in the beginning. But I
Right.
also noticed the closer we got coming back to home, I start to feel the
Came
same
back.
old feelings that I normally felt before.
Yeah.
And I told my
Crazy,
wife,
right?
I'm like, oh shit, yeah, it's the reality has to
Yeah.
change, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I'm not in a bad space. I'm in a space where I can do what I need to do. You know what I mean, and get in, get out, kind of thing. Um, but I still was able to feel that reality pull. Like, okay, we back
Yeah.
to it's still something here that needs to be fixed because my body is telling me that. Because what I thought was,
Mhm.
sensitivity to certain foods or just certain drinks, whatever the case may be,
Yeah.
me being on that cruise proved that to be very fucking false. And there's something else outside of that. Because I still
Yeah.
ate without smoking after and all that type of shit. Ate like a motherfucker.
Take you to a
Um,
whole different frequency out
right.
there.
And then coming back was
Yeah.
like, okay, yeah, I'm glad I was able to. First of all, I'm glad that I was able to see it, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
to recognize it, kind of thing, rather. So I'm like, you know what, that is fucking crazy. So now I gotta just pay more attention to what part of my reality needs more shifting,
Right.
or what I need to add to it, what I need to take away from it, and shit like that. But yeah, that shit is real. So I
Yeah.
can
You got
imagine
to
all of what you're
really real.
feeling is super real shit, especially feeling
Yeah.
like you on a different frequency and all that.
Yeah.
Higher
Yeah.
frequency, not
Yeah.
any frequency, a higher frequency.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit is real shit.
Yeah, it's like a whole change in it, to change, complete change in it. Even though, of course, there's still, some things that I still want to change too. But
Right,
just
right.
that one change right there, which I knew was the major part of the problem. I knew all along, but you're thinking, shit, need this money, basically.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
gotta
but I
hustle and
knew,
bustle.
yeah, yeah, I knew all along though that was the main cause of fucking even some depression sometimes, or just definitely exhaustion.
Yeah,
Absolutely the cause of my fucking exhaustion for sure. And living in this reality, feeling like what I was making wasn't enough somehow. Like yo, that shit is really like a prison, yo. Just having a job, just the thought of a job, you know what I mean? Like that shit is really like a fucking prison. It just does something to your brain, yo. That unless you love your job, of course, you
Which,
know.
yeah, right.
If you love what you do, that's different. But yeah, when you just
Well,
got a job just to get this money, yeah,
to get the money to pay the bill, to be broke, to get the money, to pay the
right,
bill, to,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Not pay the bill so you can go and do something else. You know what I mean? So you go get 3 jobs so you know what I mean? You're not good. I mean, so you can be good.
yeah, that
But
shit, that's a
the cause of
prison.
that is your health. Yeah. What's getting beat up on is your body, your
Yeah,
health, your mind.
yeah,
Bro always tell that story when he was
yeah.
working for one company down in when he was down in Atlanta more. Every
Hmm.
time he started going there, he just sick, just feeling sick every time. And he went to the doctor. I
Yeah,
mean, he said he
yo.
went to the doctor or whatever it was after. But end of the story is he had to leave that motherfucker. And when he did, felt a hell of a lot better doing so.
That's how I
So
feel right now. It only
yeah,
been a week. I'm like, yo, I know that shit wasn't because I actually was working. It fucking was, yo. And my
yeah,
body feel a lot fucking better. I'm definitely more rested, of course, and shit. I'm feeling like definitely in a different reality because now when I'm going out to get money, sometimes it's like the time that I will be coming home from work.
to do
But
it.
I'm going out now. I didn't fucking did a couple classes on, you know what I mean, read, studied some
Productive.
shit, created
Yeah,
something, you know what I mean, learned this, did that, posted something before I went out, and you know what I mean, like, yo, I'm feeling great.
yeah. You set up your shit
Yeah,
first. You did
right.
what makes
Yeah.
you happy, what makes your
Oh
body
yeah.
or your purpose happy. Or
Yeah,
rather, you
yo.
fulfilled your purpose first. Then you went out to make money.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel that.
That shit is much better for me. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm definitely still looking for I'll hop on somebody's team though with a video editing job though, for real.
Yeah.
Uh, I fucking love that shit. You know what I mean? That's what I've been doing, filling out some apps. But yeah, the plan is to go ahead and get this certification because once you get the certified, motherfuckers will come looking for you. Yeah, I mean, all you gotta do is fill it out, put that certification up there, bitch, show them that you actually a certified fucking
Mm-hmm.
video editor. And
That's
that
all
shit,
they be looking for. Is that fucking? You could be the nicest one in the world sometimes,
right? They
but
don't give a
if you ain't
fuck,
got that paperwork,
right? Like nigga, who did you work
hey,
for? Nobody. They
right?
about we ain't trying to hear that shit.
Self-taught. I
Yeah,
could do
you know
this,
what I mean?
but better.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, they don't care.
Yeah, they definitely don't fuck with that type of shit. Trust me, I filled out about 500 applications on no bullshit. And most of them they'll hit me and they be like, or if they do get a job, they like, yeah, be $9 an hour. $9 an hour, nigga, you don't
Nine.
get the fuck. Somebody offer me $9 an hour. I'm like, yo, I ain't even respond, bro. I'm not even gonna say like, bro,
Insulting
get the
my
fuck out of
intelligence
here.
at this
Right.
point.
Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Get the fuck out of here with that shit.
Mm-mm-mm.
Video editors get paid a lot. So
Hell
somebody offering
yeah.
you $9 an hour, yeah, they definitely super fucking pumping your ass like to the 10th degree. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
Like, yeah,
that's crazy.
I'll pass on that, bro. Real shit. All right.
That's beyond crazy.
So yeah, let's move on to the health and wellness. Let me change my background real quick. All right, so yeah, this is the bilberry I was talking about. Look just like a blueberry. That's why I think I remember,
Uh,
because it looks exactly like a blueberry.
yeah,
But
that's.
anyway, we gonna go over this joint again.
Shit, I don't know.
Yeah, I swear I remember it, but I like I said, I didn't find it, so I don't know. So let's go over this joint again. All right. What exactly is it? Oh, my bad. I go over the origins. Category is an antioxidant superberry for eye and vision tonic, vascular support fruit. Origin, it comes from northern and central Europe, Scandinavia, and parts of Asia. Common names: bilberry, European blueberry, whortleberry, or huckleberry. Traditional systems: European herbalism and Nordic folk medicine. Bilberry is a small, intensely dark blue purple berry closely related to the blueberry, but the two are not the same fruit. Bilberries grow wild throughout the forests and heathlands of northern Europe. Unlike cultivated blueberries, their dark pigmentation runs throughout almost the entire flesh of the berry, not merely the skin. That deep purple color comes largely from extraordinarily concentrated anthocyanins. Historically, bilberry was eaten as both food and medicine for eye health, circulation, digestive complaints, and general nutrition. Today, standardized bilberry extracts are especially studied for their effects on the eyes and microcirculation. Think of bilberry as a deep purple vascular and eye support superfruit. Key active compounds. Anthocyanins. These are bilberry's signature compounds. Major anthocyanins include derivatives of delphinidin, cyanidin, malvidin, petunidin, and peonidin. They provide bilberries dark pigmentation and powerful antioxidant activity. Research has explored them for retinal health, microcirculation, vascular integrity, oxidative stress protection. Flavonoids, including compounds such as quercetin and catechins. These contribute additional antioxidant and vascular support. Tannins, particularly abundant in the leaves and somewhat present in the fruit, traditionally associated with astringent activity and digestive support. Vitamin C supports collagen synthesis, immune function, blood vessel integrity, and antioxidant defenses. Polyphenols help protect cells against oxidative stress and contribute to bilberry's broader cardiovascular and metabolic research. Why bilberry is unique. Bilberry's specialty is something herbalists call microcirculation. That's circulation through the body's smallest blood vessels and capillaries. This matters tremendously in tissues such as the eyes, the brain, the cardiovascular system, and extremities. Bilberry anthocyanins are therefore studied less as a generic blood flow booster and more for supporting vascular and capillary function. The famous World War II night vision story. Bilberry has one of herbal medicine's most famous legends. The story claims that the British Royal Air Force pilots ate bilberry jam during World War II because it improved their night vision. It's a great story, but the historical evidence behind it is uncertain and controlled. Research has not established bilberry as a reliable night vision enhancer in healthy people. So bilberry equals instant night vision. So bilberry does not equal instant night vision, but its anthocyanins remain scientifically interesting for broader retinal and eye health. Shit might do equal night vision.
If it helped the fucking
Right.
soldiers, yeah, of course they're not gonna put it out there because
Right. Yeah.
somebody
Yeah.
is gonna
No. No.
take
They ain't never have
one
it.
person to say that shit ain't work for me. I'm suing y'all.
Right.
So no, it don't, motherfucker. When all in all,
Yeah.
that motherfucker just might.
To give you cat eyes out this motherfucker. They don't want you to know that.
That's wild.
That's why they don't sell that shit in the store. We got blueberries, not bilberries, nigga.
I was ready to say, yeah, if that's more powerful than a blueberry, why not?
Mm-hmm. I ain't slick. Right now, take these blueberries. These are a little less. Yeah, I mean, it still got some of the same shit, but yeah, y'all can't have the bilberries. All right. Common forms of what they're best for. Fresh frozen bilberries, the whole food form, best for general nutrition, fiber, and antioxidants. Bilberries can be difficult to find outside of Europe. Bilberry extract, the most concentrated medicinal form. Look for extract standardized to approximately 25% anthocyanins. This is the form most often used in clinical research. Capsules, best for consistent dosing, eye health protocols, concentrated anthocyanins. Powder, excellent for smoothies, yogurt, oatmeal, and superfood blends. Dried berries, traditional whole food preparation can be eaten, added to tea, or added to herbal formulas. The best way to consume whole bilberries, add to smoothies, yogurt, oatmeal, fruit bowls. Powder, approximately 1 to 2 teaspoons a day, depending on product concentration. Standardized extract. Common supplemental amounts vary by extract, often around 80 to 160 milligrams 1 to 2 times a day. When standardized for anthocyanins, follow the specific product's standardized dose rather than treating all powders and extracts as equivalent. What bilberry is used for? Deep dive. Iron retinal health. This is bilberry's signature modern use. Anthocyanins are being studied for supporting structures within the eye exposed to significant oxidative stress. Potential areas of research include retinal function, eye fatigue, microvascular health within the eye. The evidence is promising in some areas, but isn't strong enough to claim bilberry prevents or treats eye disease. It might be one of those cancer things, right? Like they've been found to cure for cancer, but they just like, nah, not yet.
Yeah. Make too much money off this shit.
Yeah, they're like,
Can't
yeah,
give it to them. Yeah.
bilberry probably can fucking bring the sight back to the blind, but they're like, nah. You know what I mean? Can't put that out.
And, like, why would they? If
Right,
they
can't go
do,
back.
if they do, I guess at this point, if they do, it's kind of like, all right, what's wrong with it? This is the lab grown version of it. If we just start
Exactly.
seeing that motherfucker,
Exactly.
or they could just be fucking with us and think that we're so far gone and they're gonna give us the right thing, but we ain't gonna go to it anyway.
Right. Yeah. True. All right. Microcirculation, number two. Bilberry may support healthy function of tiny blood vessels. That makes it particularly interesting for capillary health, peripheral circulation, and healthy vascular function. Three, antioxidant protection. Its dark pigments aren't merely cosmetic, yo. So this shit help your eyes and your fucking heart. That's crazy.
That's some
In a
powerful
major
shit.
way. Hell yeah. Three, antioxidant protection. Its dark pigments aren't merely cosmetic. Anthocyanins help neutralize reactive molecules involved in oxidative stress. This may contribute to cellular protection, healthy aging, and cardiovascular wellness. Cardiovascular health. Number four, bilberry's polyphenols are being investigated for effects on endothelial function, blood vessel health, lipid oxidation, and cardiometabolic markers. It's best viewed as part of an overall heart healthy diet rather than a treatment for cardiovascular disease. Number five, brain and cognitive support. The brain consumes enormous amounts of oxygen, making antioxidant protection particularly important. Berry anthocyanins broadly have been studied for memory, neurovascular function, and cognitive aging. Bilberry is especially interesting because of its unusually high anthocyanin concentration. Healthy blood sugar metabolism. Early research suggests anthocyanin-rich berries may influence glucose metabolism, insulin sensitivity, and post-meal metabolic responses. But bilberry supplements should not replace diabetes medication or dietary management. Of course not.
Mhm.
Digestive support. Traditionally, dried bilberries were used for occasional diarrhea because their tannins have an astringent effect. Interestingly, fresh fruit plus fiber can support normal bowel health, while traditionally dried berries were used for their astringency. Skin and collagen support. Bilberry provides compounds relative to collagen integrity, oxidative stress protection, and microcirculation. This makes it interesting for long-term skin and connective tissue wellness. See what I mean? They can just use the bilberry instead of the fucking formaldehyde in the shit. You know what I mean? Pretty simple.
You think, right?
Right. Typical
Crazy,
doses
man.
range. Fresh frozen fruit. Half to 1 cup powder, 1 to 2 teaspoons a day. Extract 80 to 160 milligrams twice a day. Dry fruit, often 1 to 2 tablespoons as a food. Extract strength matters enormously. 500 milligrams of ordinary fruit powder is not equivalent to 500 milligrams of concentrated standardized extract. What to look for when buying. Quality matters, especially with bilberry, because ordinary blueberry products can be marketed in ways that create confusion. Look for on the packaging. Look for Vaccinium myrtillus. It should be clearly listed. Vaccinium, Vaccinium, myrtillus, Myrtillus. Look for standardized anthocyanin content for extracts. All right, see you later. Have fun. Look for third party testing. Look for no artificial coloring. Look for minimal fillers, and look for clearly identified fruit extract rather than unspecified berry complex. and very complex is in quotation. For concentrated supplement, standardization is more useful than simply choosing a product with the biggest milligram number. Possible side effects and cautions. Bilberry fruit consumed as food is generally considered safe. Concentrated extracts may occasionally cause mild digestive discomfort, nausea, headache. Use additional caution if you take medications that affect blood clotting. If you take diabetes medication, because concentrated extracts may potentially influence glucose control. If you're preparing for surgery, if you're pregnant or breastfeeding and considering high doses extracts, since safety data are limited, normal dietary amounts of the fruit are very different from concentrated medicinal extracts. Energetic action, traditional view. Bilberry can be viewed as cooling, astringent, circulatory, restorative, and protective. Traditionally associated with strengthening and nourishing delicate tissues while supporting circulation. Who is it best for? Bilberry is particularly interesting for people seeking nutritional support for eye health, microcirculation, cardiovascular wellness, healthy cognitive aging, antioxidant protection, skin and connective tissue, long-term healthy aging. A quick practical summary. Bilberry is the dark purple European cousin of the blueberry. Its defining feature is its exceptionally rich concentration of anthocyanins, best known for eye and microcirculation support. Star compounds is the anthocyanin. Best whole food form would be fresh and frozen berries. Best concentrated form would be standardized extract. It's excellent for antioxidant and vascular support. Important reality check. The famous World War II night vision story shouldn't be treated as proven evidence. Bilberry's real strength is not a miracle claim. It is the remarkable chemistry inside that intensely purple fruit. The shit is this super dark purple. That should tell you something right there. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
anything come naturally dark purple like that gotta be good for you, bro.
I gotta keep my eyes out for them there.
Yeah,
I wonder when it's like, what's their, what is it, harvest season?
right.
Check on them joints. And I would like to try them in raw form like that, but I also
Yeah,
want to look for them in, like, of course, powder form or something like that too.
yeah. I say all the time, man. I gotta. That's definitely in the makings for me, stepping up my fucking fruit game because I fucking
Yeah.
love fruit. So like, why don't I have a bunch of damn fresh imported fruit or order them motherfuckers on my line? You know what I mean? Or waiting for me to just order from. I found one place though, and they look fire. I can't remember what it
Yeah.
was, but hey, I'm like, y'all gotta get some fruit from this fucking place, bro. And they ship to the US and they ship you super fresh, organic. Like, man, I gotta fuck with them. But I'm sure there's a whole bunch of them out there like that. You
Just
know
like
what I mean?
that, yeah.
Maybe we can get these exotic fruits from, man, and step the game up a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, got you, man. Because they're
Yeah.
giving everything that the body needs. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? The natural shit that the body needs. And when it
Yeah.
says natural, it doesn't mean natural flavors. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
Like the like these motherfuckers giving us natural flavors,
Exactly.
but that shit
Exactly.
really mean
Cancer.
everything bad, right? Like, come on, man. Natural means natural out this joint.
Right. Yeah. All right. So yeah, Bill Murray, y'all. Check it out. All right. I'm change this background. Uh, Before we move on, I think I'm gonna get into a couple videos before we get into the reading. Let me share this joint. These are just a bunch of videos, of course, as usual, that I've been running into. So I had 2 weeks to run into these since we wasn't on last week. So this is 2 weeks worth of videos. I found a couple interesting joints.
Okay.
These are the videos too, like not just the regular news, but these are the videos too that be letting me know that yeah, shit is really getting really strange out here. Yeah, I mean, so I don't need to watch the news since then. Like this is basically the news because they reporting the news pretty much.
Right. And
They
breaking
ain't
it down a bit deeper, I'm
and it's
sure.
breaking it down, right? You know what I'm saying? So, share my page real quick. All right, so yeah, let's take it from the bottom. Most of these I don't even remember what they're about, so we just gonna went through them and then maybe it'll pop back up or explain itself. Okay, yeah, I think this seems to be about the firmament. Let's get into it.
So I've been looking into the
You hear that,
firmament.
right?
According to the
Yeah,
Hebrews, they called it rakia. This word rakia means expanse.
Or also, this is coming from Facebook page Tino Patterson, TenoPatterson. All right, so let's check it out. Take it back from the top.
So I've been looking into the firmament. According to the Hebrews, they called it rakia. This word rakia means expanse. It means it's a malleable, transparent layer that can never be penetrated. And the Most High, what he did was he separated the water from the waters with this layer called the firmament. Right? So there's even a protective layer beneath that no one can penetrate, and this protective layer above that no one can penetrate. As we'll learn in this video. Now, the Hebrews believed that the firmament looked something like this, and that the sun, the moon, and the stars were all placed within the firmament. Now, in a later video, I'll show you how big the earth really is, but for now, let's just stick with this concept. And just for fun, I just want to show you two clips here. One is based on reality, and the other one is based on fantasy. And here's the clip coming up right now.
My God, that's the sky. It's like another world down there.
So remember how we discussed how nothing can penetrate the firmament? If you guessed the second one is fake, then you'd be correct.
And inside the ring of muscles was a lake. And it's like, wait a minute, I'm already underwater. We went out over the water in this lake and tried to descend.
Yeah, I remember that story.
It was so super saline and dense that the submarine couldn't go down, and we literally bounced off. And as we bounced off, we set the river heading back to the shoreline. It was insane. I've never seen anything like it.
God said, "Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters." And God made the firmament, and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. He made the stars also. And God set them in the firmament of the heaven, to give light upon the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
All right, yeah, yeah. So that was about the firmament. Now what you think about the firmament? You think we in a firmament, or do you believe the globe, or do you believe something else?
At this moment, I mean, it feels right when I hear and understand what I understand of, like what it's about. As far as the firmament, like it feels like we can be.
Yeah.
But like at this point, my mind is so open on not accepting really anything that I hear,
Right.
because I'm at a point where it could be so much deeper than the shit that I'm hearing. You know what I mean? So I take it by feeling, yes, but also at the same time, I look at it to be more. You know what I mean? Because something new is always going to come about. Like 5-10 years later, it's going to be something else that they find. You know what I mean? Or another story that they've created to tell us, kind of thing. And that's something else to examine or observe and see what it is. There's always going to be something different. So I'm not, I'm not going to turn any of what I hear into religion kind of shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just too crazy, man. I don't know. It's still the concept of how the fuck we got here, how we're able to do certain things, how certain people are able to do certain things, the languages that's about, the words that's about. like everything. Like I got questions about it all. So you know what I mean. So how did that come about? So yeah, it could very much so be a firmament. It can be we floating in midair. It can be we really in the tubes in the matrix. And I mean, it could be all that shit.
Ain't no telling, right?
We could be in a fucking snow globe on top of somebody's shelf, sitting on somebody's shelf.
That's what I say. Like I definitely see the firmament argument for sure. Firmament makes more sense than a globe spinning.
Right.
But you know that ain't the only damn options, of course. You know what I mean? I definitely thought about the simulation theory too. Us being in some fucking Sims type game. Yeah, I mean some it could go on and on and on and on. So ain't no fucking stopping that for real. But yeah, I do say that the firmament is more believable than the spinning globe.
Right.
Yeah, and then all of these asteroids and we just dodging them motherfuckers. And, you know what I mean? Come on, bro. But ain't been an asteroid since fucking that human can even say recently, since humans been alive, that they can say, yo, that shit was so big it took out a whole city. Like, where's the asteroids?
Right.
But back in the day, all of us somehow they hit when the dinosaur came, so they only come every come on, bro. You floating through space with space rock and debris and all of that type of shit. And we should have been had a big asteroid collision,
right?
You know what I mean? A long time ago. Yeah, after the industrialization. You know what I mean? So yeah, we should have had it in like what early 1900s, 18 something. Ain't nothing. Shit don't even come down. Shit burn before you even get here. Something like, come on, bro.
I guess
not floating through space.
they figured it out on. They figured the protection thing out on how to dodge the asteroids and shit.
Right. Crazy, man. All right, so let's jump into the next video. This one says the truth about your heart. This comes from.
Did you know that?
I'm gonna check my man.
Oh yeah.
The dude on the right, not the.
Okay, yeah. This is my first time seeing him or the dude on the left. So.
Okay, and with the crystals, I went on to his website a lot. He got some dope ass crystals like the ones he got around his neck.
Oh yeah, that joint look dope right there.
Hell yeah, them talking like $2 grand, $5 grand. He'll have some joints on sale. I guess after they've been up for so long, they can drop down to like $950. Shit like that. The shit looks super fucking official, crystal clean. The wiring don't look like it's gonna fade or none of that shit.
Yeah.
So I would pay that much for it for sure, based off of my belief,
I can afford
it. For it. Yeah. If I just had $2 grand sitting around for a crystal,
right. Yeah, let me try
I'll go ahead and do it. Yeah, this is Christmas.
Die for top that shit, no problem. Yeah. But yeah, that shit do look official though. That shit look very quality, very high quality.
Yes, indeed.
All right, so yeah, this is, I don't know if this is his page. This is coming from Sup Boom. Is his name Sup Boom?
No, this might be the other guy. Yeah, he do a lot of side by sides like that.
Okay, all right. So yeah, this is coming from Sup_Boom. Let's check it out.
Did you know that we've been completely lied to about the way our hearts actually work? Because if people found out the power of this magnet that is inside of us, they could not only pull any person towards them, but they could pull any experience, any dream that they want would just magnetize towards them. People would be too powerful. See, we were taught and conditioned to believe that the heart is just a physical pump, pumping blood into our body, but this is not the truth. The heart is actually an electromagnetic coil that can be unfolded, but they don't want you to see this image right here, and that's why it's so hard to find on Google. This is not just me making this up. Scientists have actually measured that our hearts produce a significant electromagnetic field with each contraction due to the coordinated depolarization of myocytes producing a current flow that extends outside of the body. Almost everything that modern science and the school system teaches us is true about our bodies and the way we work is a complete lie to mask our true potential and what we are as energetic beings. Our hearts are not just pumps, our hearts are electromagnetic coils that pull energy through us that will either magnetize experiences, people towards us, or deter them away. Reality you experience is determined by how much love you radiate outwards for the life that you currently live. And most people today, because they work jobs, because they're out of alignment with what they love, their passion, they're in service to themselves, not to the world, therefore in a perpetual downward spiral and not living their dream life. Did you?
Yeah, and that's crazy that he said that because that's what I was experiencing when I was working. The fucking the heart palpitation shit,
Yeah.
like a lot though,
Mhm.
like worrisome a lot, like you know what I mean. And first I even the doctors was like they don't know, you know what I mean. They was like it's probably the drinking, probably beers if you're drinking too much, you know, the IPAs or whatever. But they really didn't know, you know what I'm
Throwing
saying.
shit out there.
Yeah, they was just throwing shit out there. Like, maybe most likely it's the alcohol. I'm like, all right, you know what I'm saying. And then, but ironically, I noticed it more when I was smoking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but he also said, well, I think a different doctor said something that it was one. I think one doctor said it's the smoking what the smoke does to the heart. Another doctor said it's probably alcohol. And then, so I'm like, all right, I don't know what the fuck. So, you know what I mean? I think for a while I chilled out on the drinking. This was like 2022. You
Mm.
know what I mean? I stopped drinking for like a month and a half. That was it. You know what I mean? But it didn't stop. I mean, of course, it might, even if it was the issue, it probably would take longer than that. But still, it didn't stop. So I'm like, you know what I mean? I just went back to normal. But what I realized lately, though, is well, when I was working, is that it's much less when I was completely sober. Like if I go out to work and stuff and don't smoke to go work, and it would
Mhm.
happen less, but it still would happen. But I also realized that it fucking like happened more with like stressful thoughts
Yeah.
or
Oh
like
yeah.
going to work or about to go to work type of shit. It happens a lot, you know what I mean? And then like I said this last week, once I quit, nothing. Like nigga,
It's
literally
like
nothing.
instant.
Yeah, like instant, like bro.
Yeah, man.
Like yo, what the fuck? Like, come on, yo. All right,
Like, we've been giving signs for a long ass
yeah,
time, a hell of a long time.
hell
Everybody
yeah.
been, everybody always tend to give us
Been telling you,
signals. Yeah, should always
man,
tend to
get the
give us
fuck out,
signals.
nigga. Get low. This ain't it.
Real quick before you shape shift and this
Yeah,
becomes
real
your true
problem.
life.
Yeah,
Yeah, real problem, and this is gonna
yeah,
become your life
yeah.
with, I mean, like with whatever it is. So giving you the warning and shit now.
Crazy, yo.
But
And they said that the drivers be having issues like that, cardiovascular
uh,
issues,
yeah,
truck drivers. You know what I mean? So all of that shit combines like, yo, basically your body telling you like, all right, yeah, you got to get the fuck up out of here before shit get real, real. You know what I
yep,
mean?
yep, yep. Right, your life be hospital visits and
Yeah,
medication and you know what I mean, all that type shit.
right.
Yeah, fuck all that.
Yeah, fuck
Hey,
that
but
shit.
you started when you first started the video when it was explaining all the heart. I mean, the heart shit like that.
Mhm.
What popped in my mind was yesterday, and I don't know how this matches, but it just shows how the body is powerful, right? Yesterday, I was landing on the couch, we watching TV. My eyes was closed though, but I was dozing the fuck off.
Yeah.
And while my eyes was closed, and this wasn't on the screen before my eyes was closed, so my eyes was closed and I seen very clearly weather changing. It went from like it was dark, and then it went like snow flares, like little
Yeah.
circle snow flares coming down. And then I opened my eyes, and that was the scene on the fucking screen. But
Hey.
again, that was not on the screen before I closed my eyes.
Yeah.
So I closed my eyes again, and you know, me trying to pretty much relive that to see if I could pick up the next scene or whatever the case is. And it was
Mhm.
like at that point I knew what the movie was,
Right,
so
right,
it probably just automatically went to it. But I just thought that shit was so weird, different.
right.
It was different and fucking powerful that I seen the scene before I even opened my eyes to actually see the damn scene. And that was, I said, I just thought I was on some, Miss Superhuman shit at that moment. I'm like, yo, that shit is crazy. That's because that and the feeling behind that shit was wild too. And I'm like,
Because
okay,
we all fucking superhuman. They just, you know what I mean, compressing the fuck out that shit,
yeah,
keeping that shit held down. You know what I mean? The
yeah, that's,
misinformation, food, air,
oh yeah,
drinks, jobs.
that's it. And then another thing I picked up on, bless you, when we were on, every now and then I talk about the ship food, like cruise food, anything like buffet or anything that they give you for free or something like that is not right. But again, the whole time while I was on that joint eating the food and all that type shit, like I have a sensitive stomach. My stomach was fucking absolutely fine.
Straight good.
Came home, what I mean, something real quick. Went to the mall and I had Charlie's chicken cheesesteak joint. It didn't mess my stomach up, but it didn't treat me how the food treated me on the cruise ship. I released this a hell of a lot faster than I did the cruise food, and it threw my stomach off. And that was just one meal since coming back out of all the meals that I've had during the 10 days while on that joint. I'm like, I won't talk about cruise food no more because at the end of the day, it did not make my stomach fucked up or throw my stomach off like when I came back and this mall food did back on this side. So I'm like, that's a big difference that I noticed too. That shit was way off.
Yeah. I definitely think too it's a lot with our mind, how we perceive things or what we used to or something like that. Like you going on a cruise, your mind is considering this a vacation. So now it's creating that reality. It's creating a vacation reality.
That's
Now
true.
all of the food is great, all of the drink is great, the city is great, nigga. All of this shit is good. My body is good with or without weed. I'm good. Then you going back home like, man, I gotta go back to work. I gotta get back to the
Yeah.
grind. Now your body back to the, you know what I
Can't
mean?
wait
Like
to
now
roll
it's
up.
time to roll up.
All this shit, yeah. Hey, that's
Yeah,
very true. That is
yeah,
very fucking true.
that's how they got it. I told you.
But that's why I
And
say, hey, it's time to prepare for the next vacation. I need
yeah,
my mindset to always feel like I'm on fucking vacation
yeah,
here while we back home kind of shit. So
exactly.
that's what I'm fucking building
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
Fuck all that. 'Cause
yeah,
the feelings it's a beautiful goddamn feeling,
right.
man.
Yeah,
To
man.
just be
Yeah.
in vacation mode, but you know what I mean, living your life. You know what I mean?
Living, right.
Still
Yeah,
paying
yeah.
bills, doing what you gotta do and all that type of
Exactly.
shit. And
That's why I always say once I get this, hey, once this money is right, you know what I mean, at least six figures, at least a couple hundred K, two,
yeah,
300,000, and keep that in rotation.
yeah.
Man, you know how much, that every day is a vacation, bro. You know what I'm
That's
saying? I'm
it
waking
is,
up and
man.
I'm creating. That's it. I'm making sure the money stay rotating, but I ain't gotta bust my ass to do it.
Simply
You know what I
that.
mean? Yeah, some investments or whatever, crypto, whatever the fuck, type of investment, type of shit.
Yeah. Keep that shit
I'm waking
going.
up in the morning on my own time, watching my money grow, creating this video, making this song. That's a whole vacation. That's your
Putting
life.
things out there. Hell
Oh,
yeah, man.
yo, son, that gotta be lovely. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. All that, you know what I'm saying? Money it ain't about the money making you happy. It's about the money fucking not making you unhappy because you ain't got it. You know what I mean?
Right.
You got to fucking go get it every goddamn day. You know what I mean? You got that shit sitting. So now you can actually live life. You know what I mean? And you
Yeah,
can play with your money too. You got a lot of it to play with. So you
that's
ain't going to
it.
9 to 5. You thinking now you sitting here and just researching or whatever. What can I invest into on your own time? You know what I
The
mean?
next
You ain't
step.
got to rush it. I got 300,000. And I ain't got to invest in nothing for the next year if I don't want to. I can really
Right.
live below my means and take this whole year to figure out what I really want to invest
What's
in
the
if I
next
want to.
move? Up
Yeah.
there,
You
man.
know what I mean? Like, come on, man. We
I,
live off less than that. Nigga. I think I made like 38,000 last year. Like, you don't think I
hey,
can live
hey,
with
real shit.
300K? Come on, yeah.
Hey,
Come
you can
on.
sit motherfucking 50K up to pay all your bills or
Man.
whatever you got
Come
and
on,
just
man.
use every day to fucking think.
Hell yeah. And
A
just
clear thought
time.
process.
Yeah.
And
Hell
that's
yeah.
what the one song I always go back to. I forgot the guy name, one of the conscious rappers. But he said, pretty much talking about money. Like he get it just to give it. He don't
Mhm.
want the money. He just like the freedom that it comes with. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And that's
Yeah.
that's what it's all about. Getting the money, it just buys all that freedom. It buys
Yeah,
you
man.
that peace of mind. I mean, you
Actually,
don't have to
there.
buy no expensive anything, but
All right.
that peace of mind that it brings
Oh,
is
you got it. Yeah.
that's why a lot of people would take the money that comes with it, buy the material shit, and be fucking miserable because
Yeah.
they're not using that to really buy their freedom back.
Right. Right.
But fuck yeah,
Oh
man,
yeah, man.
one of my
Yeah.
favorite joints.
Yeah. All right. Next video. No, I think this is a reading. Yeah, this is yeah, this 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 is I don't know who wrote this, if it's true or not, but I've been hearing this shit from a few people now about this like Truman Show style reality that we live in basically.
Man,
Like 'cause it's crazy that it's popping up though, because I've heard it for the last like month or so about some people having experiences like this. And this is the like they clone Tyrone type of shit. You know what I mean? But basically talking about how yeah your world is filled with NPCs, like especially when you got doing the job 9 to 5 constant thing.
yeah,
You don't
yeah,
realize how many people around you are. And yo, it's crazy too, because who said this shit? I want to say Dr. Phil. I don't know if it was Dr. Phil or somebody else. Not Dr. Phil on TV, Dr. Phil Valentine.
right, right, right.
But I think he said it. It might have been somebody else. But it was like, yo, they even pay people to create traffic. Like, do you? This is what he claimed. He was like, yo, the government really pays people to drive and create traffic during like times people get off to keep the frustration going on the 9 to 5 and shit. Like he was like, yo, they actually pay people to do stuff like this, and people think that it's regular, like they always this is regular traffic. He's like, yo, people actually get paid to create confusion in your
Crazy
own life,
shit.
in everybody's life, basically. Just think about the
I
minimal,
can really
minimal
believe that.
frustrations, yeah, throughout the day, traffic and shit. Like, you know, he was like, yo, people get paid to do that because it causes frustration, lowers your vibration, and it's doing it to everybody that go to work. You know, most people go to fucking work. You know what I mean?
Like,
Yeah, so
sometimes you'd be like,
right,
where the fuck the traffic coming from,
right,
son? Or people be on the road like going just super slow. Then you look and there's no cars in front
so
of them, like
hell yeah, like
absolutely none.
it will
Like, what are
not
you
move.
doing? Like, come
Somebody
on,
gotta have
man.
to pay you to do that shit, bro. You just a super fucking asshole, my nigga. Like, come on, bro.
Right. And so, hey, yeah, I can believe that, man. I
Yeah,
really can believe that. They
yeah, me
pay
too.
people for dumber
Yeah.
things.
Right,
So
exactly.
I would imagine that's a thing, just to
Yeah.
be a part of their shit.
Yeah, that's what they say, and it keeps the keeps the vibes low, keep the people frustrated. You know what I mean? You're already frustrated. You gotta get back home, fix dinner. If you got kids, you gotta shower, and you know what I mean. Then you gotta go back to work again. Like yeah, so imagine the frustration that traffic adds on to it.
Throwing into it.
You know what I mean?
Or even hey, maybe even with these so-called, some crazy drivers.
Yeah,
Because I
yeah,
seen I'm not saying that it was purposely done. I'm not saying anything like that. But like it could very much so be the people that get into fender benders or this accident that or accident prone or prone, however
yeah,
you say this shit and shit like that. To cause traffic to or
right.
roads to shut down and you got traffic for 2 hours and
Yeah,
all that type shit. But they turn out fine. They don't need no surgeries or anything like that. It's just the fact that
they on the
the
side of the
traffic
road
was right.
chopping it up.
Right. They laughing and giggling and shit. Cool.
Yeah. I
But
definitely a lot of times be like, how the fuck did y'all have an accident right here? Sometimes, like nigga, like what the fuck? Yo,
it's some shit just don't. But some things make that
yeah,
this reading, which you didn't even read it yet, but
yeah,
the basis of it, it makes
yeah,
it make sense, man. Or at least makes you think about it. Like you know what, it could very so be true.
yeah. So let's check it out because this is definitely interesting. Um, it's more interesting because, like I said, I heard somebody talking about it before.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
check it out. This come from I don't know if this is I don't think she posted it, but it's coming from Raylene Parks Facebook page. I want to say that she reposted this, but I don't know. But check it out. I've been working nights for almost 4 years, so my schedule is the opposite of everyone else's. I leave for work around 11 p.m. and get home around 7 a.m. After a while, you start recognizing the same people, except some of them never seem to change. There's one guy that walks his dog every morning at exactly 6:42, same gray hoodie, same black lab, same pace. Another woman waits at the same bus stop every Tuesday and Thursday around 5:50 in the morning. I've never actually seen a bus stop for her. She just stands there staring down the road. One morning, I decided to watch from a parking lot. She stood there for almost 40 minutes, no bus. Then a plain white SUV pulled up and she got in, drove away. The vehicle had no markings. A few weeks later, I noticed the same SUV picking up someone different from another part of town. Now, here's what the part that made me post. I mentioned the dog guy to my neighbor. He said, "Oh yeah, he's lived here forever." And I asked which house. He pointed to the one that's been empty for months. The realtor sign is still in the yard. I checked county records. The property is owned by an LLC in another state. No list of occupants. I know how this sounds. Maybe I'm just connecting unrelated events because I'm tired all the time. But if you ever work nights, pay attention to the people you always see, not the crowds, the individuals who seem to exist only as background characters. I'm starting to wonder if every town has a handful of people whose only job is to make the place feel populated. Yeah.
I'm start paying attention.
Yes.
Just a bit more.
Right.
I already, pay attention to a lot of different shit, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna start paying attention just a bit
Yeah.
fucking more.
Yeah. That's what he was saying too, besides not just traffic, but to like populate places, people or they or people, whatever. If you wanted to feel like it's popping, they'll pay people to go.
So
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Type of shit like yeah, like that. Yeah, you know what I mean? So I definitely heard about that too, about them just like you got these small towns that's paying people to live there.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, so they maybe that's their job when they go there. And then you just gotta make this place seem normal. You're gonna sit at the
That's
bus
it.
stop. Really, it ain't nobody that catch the bus, but you gonna sit at the bus stop and make it seem like
Make it seem.
there's enough people, you know what I mean, for that buses to run. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Shit is bad, bro.
Shit is fucking different, but not far fetched, man.
Right, exactly. Exactly. All right. So this is I think this is a story about a rich black dude back in the day. Let's check this out. Yeah. They didn't just kill him, they erased everything he built. Uh, in 1916, this is coming, my bad. This is coming from Salmama Yusuf Facebook page. Saying 1916, Anthony Crawford wasn't just another black man in the South. He was dangerous in the one way that white supremacy feared the most. He owned land. He owned 427 acres. That wasn't just success, it was power. He built schools, he built the community, he built a future that black families could stand on. And that's exactly why it had to be destroyed. It started with a simple refusal. A white merchant tried to cheat him. Crawford said no. Days later, a mob of hundreds dragged him out and lynched him in broad daylight. Not hidden, not denied, done on purpose. But the real theft came after. His family was forced to flee the county, his land seized, his legacy scattered. Because this was never just about killing a man, it was about erasing what black success looked like when it stood on its own soil. And history still doesn't say it loud enough. How many black empires were never lost but stolen? That's crazy too. Cause every time I be like when I was driving truck, I would come across some land for sale. It's just grass, and I'm like, yo, who the fuck sold the land to this company? I mean, we know,
Right.
you know what I'm saying, but like, how the fuck did you acquire the land? You selling it now? It's just some woods. Like it's trees there, bro. Like what the fuck is you talking about? This land is for sale. Like what are you talking about, bro?
Them
It's a whole
auctions.
forest.
Maybe I guess whoever's in charge of the counties or the cities or the states or whatever the case may be.
What the fuck is here? They
Should
took
be
all of the
wild.
land from us, bro.
I seen a lot down, of course, more so down in South County, going down
Yeah.
that way and going towards your Brandywines and all the way through.
Yeah,
down
yeah,
through
yeah,
Like,
that.
and there's so much
Yeah.
out. They'd be like, 102 acres of land for sale.
Right.
See this company, call this number, and all. Like, that's a lot of fucking
How the fuck
land.
y'all get that land, bro?
Right.
You know what I mean? Come on, like get the fuck out of here with that shit. I know it's a lot of that shit up
Off.
in close to Frederick,
yeah.
Woodsboro area. There's a lot of farmland and shit. Yeah, all this land for sale, but it's a whole forest full of trees on it. But you selling the whole land, like, come on, bro. Come on, bro.
Should be wild. Probably still paperwork probably still with the original owners kind of thing, but they didn't died off so long ago.
And
The
the
family's
family
not gonna fight it, so now they're just gonna put it on him and say who gonna fight us, kind of thing. Which you probably can fight them if you, I mean, knew the right,
if you knew
the right way to go, kind of thing. But you know, the land's been there long enough to grow all these fucking trees and shit. You know what I mean? It probably started off as empty grassland.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But that's how they divide and fucking conquer, come in and take over, and just keep it in the generations maybe. And now the great grandkids it's able to sell it off because they've held it for so long or kept it captive for so fucking long. It could be anything, man.
Any damn thing, right?
It's just crazy.
All right, so yeah, I'm sure that it was probably just a bunch of stories that just like the one we read, and that's how y'all acquired that shit. You know what I mean? But we know what's up. You know what I mean? Let me put this back up here. I'm just gonna go over a few more because we're getting towards the hour and a half mark. I mean, go over like 2 more videos and we can start the reads. We'll do the rest of the videos next week. Let me see what we got. This is a picture, but I thought this was interesting. I think it's a reading too. So yeah, this is pretty much saying pick your side. Talking about this is stuff that I think about too, though. How they cover the basis for pretty much everybody. You know what I mean? Like, if you believe in, if you're a Christian, they got, Jesus coming. If you a spiritual like me and like us, then you're on the 5D higher Earth type of shit. If you believe in aliens, they got the alien coming story for you. This is pretty much talking about how I think how they control all of that shit. But I've heard this before too. A couple people said this. Talking about how like no matter how spiritual we think we are, like we could possibly be falling for the same type of shit that Christians fall for. It's just a different story. They think Jesus coming back, and we think a higher earth, or we are becoming more powerful type of shit. You know what I mean? So let's check this reading out real quick. It said this is coming from Samuel Adam Porter.
Were you supposed to share your screen?
Oh yeah, it's not up there. I mean, I can't. It don't really matter, but
okay.
I did want to. But this is just a reading. Let me share it. All right, yeah. So yeah, this is like I said, from Samuel Adam Porter Facebook page. Check it out. PsyOps, pick your favorite. Yes, the classic triple PsyOps special. First, they roll out the New Age Ascension package, Crystals 5D upgrades, and vibrating higher while the world burns. And a free side of Galactic Cancel webinars. That's PsyOp A. Designed for the people who already think that the government is lying to them, but still want to feel special. Then for the ones who look at that and go, nah, that's demonic nonsense. They flip the script and drop PsyOp B. The good old Christian rapture. Sudden disappearance, left behind movies. Countdown clocks, and the comforting knowledge that you're not crazy for rejecting the yoga people. You're just waiting for the sky to open instead of your third eye. And for the ones who reject both of those, they roll out PsyOp C, the Ishtar Command in the Galactic Federation of Light, complete with the full identity upgrade pack. Suddenly, you're not just some guy waiting for ships. You're a star seed, an indigo child, a light worker who volunteered to incarnate here. You're actually Syrian or Andromedan or Arcturian or Pleiadian. Pick your favorite. And the whole point of this lifetime is to reunite with your star family once the fleet arrives. Same waiting game, but now with a personal cosmic backstory and a sense of elite soul status. Slightly cooler logo, much stronger emotional hook. It's elegant, really. 3 different flavors of don't look at the actual power structures, just wait for the cosmic event that never quite arrives. One group is busy raising their frequency, one is watching for Jesus, and one is scanning for silver ships while journaling about their Pleiadian mission. All of them feel superior to the other two, and the people running the show get to lean back and say, see, we covered every demographic. The real advanced move is when someone realizes that all three are Psyops, and then immediately it starts looking for the fourth layer that explains the triple Psyop. Infinite recursion, peak efficiency. Yeah, but that's pretty much what we were saying, like what you were saying earlier. You know what I mean? Like you try not to stick to any actual belief. You know what I mean? Because you don't know what the fuck really going on.
Right.
Yeah,
And regardless of any of that, I came across it's not a quote, but it's a saying that I thought to be very dope, and it can go across anything that you believe in. This one was just particular to the biblical sense. You know what I mean? The Bible said like that, and that joint said, knowing scripture isn't the same as becoming what the scripture is calling you toward. So you can know all the Bible verses in the fucking world, but if you're not using that to recognize your purpose within it all, then it's fucking pointless. And that's the same with whatever it is that you believe in. If it's the, you know what I mean, the spiritual side like us, and you believe in the faith of the crystals and all that type stuff, that's cool. That's very much cool. But if your mind is not open enough to figure out your purpose in it all, or you know what I mean, through feeling whatever, then it's pointless. You know what I mean? You can wear the crystal, you can fucking go do the Reiki session, and you can be all this and that. But if you're not coming out on top, finding out who you're supposed to be within it all, then the shit it makes no sense, and you're just doing it just for trend, or just for, you know, whatever the case may be, just to follow shit. So I thought that shit was dope. I thought that shit was fucking dope.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I definitely what the fuck I was gonna say? I definitely believe in one thing though, that um as far as like our bodies and stuff, that we actually are capable of more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I think it's very evident, and that the body is self-healing too.
Yeah.
I mean, so yeah, that I think I'm sure of that, because first of all, we watch it in real time. You watch it cut heal by itself. You know what I'm saying? All that type of shit. And that's on a lower level. You know what I mean? But yeah, so but as far as like spiritual beliefs and stuff, and do I believe to be from other places or star systems or whatever the fuck? Possibly. You know what I mean? I definitely don't hold no actual um like straight up hardcore belief in any one thing. Yeah. So,
Right.
yeah. But you know, it's interesting for sure.
Oh yeah,
And you never fucking know, bro.
conversation go.
Yeah, you know what I mean? You don't know what
But
the hell. Yeah.
I would never close my mind to just believe in one old particular. My mind will always be open to say, oh, you know what, that's sounds interesting. Let me go ahead and take a further, deeper dive into it, because it could be fucking true.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Who the fuck am I don't know.
Right.
I'm still trying to figure out how the fuck hair grow out of your head.
Right.
You know what I mean? Every time you cut it.
That's what I said. Like, just look at the body, like the regular shit. Like, shit is amazing, bro. Like, what? Gotta be
crazy,
more, bro.
And then, you know, you find studies, or I've seen studies where they say that the tooth can regrow. Like, you can regrow more teeth out this joint doing the right shit. So yeah, man, come on, man.
Limbs too. You're supposed to be able to grow your limbs back too.
And look at the lizard. So if the lizard or whatever, the salamander, whatever one of them can do it, then why can't we? Exactly. If we were didn't have all the poisons, didn't have all the extra shit, the confusion, the mental twist or strongholds, right? If we were fucking this pure, who knows what the fuck we can fucking do.
Hot dogs when we was 2, nigga. Come on,
right. Cut them things up.
Right, we been fucked up. So of course, like, how the fuck we supposed to know what powers we hold? We been, you know what I mean? Come on, bro. Since birth, the formula. Ain't no telling what the fuck that shit.
Right.
Like, come on, bro. Formula
for what? Sure kept a lot of parents away. Right, kept a lot of parents away from the true breastfeeding and all that type shit. But and I guess even if you do breastfeed, there's a lot of poison inside the body. So that's
and you already right.
Yeah.
You eat hot dogs.
Yep. So it's way behind.
You know what I mean? Come on, bro. Yeah. All right, let's do one more and then get into the reading. Let me pick one. I don't want to get too off, because then I won't remember what I did. Let me see. All right, so yeah, this is interesting. I'm gonna show this one. All right, I'm gonna show these books first because this ain't even a read. And these are just books. I know you into the my like I said, I never actually got into my until like now. Actually, like no
Yeah,
bullshit. I hear people talking about it all the time, but I never actually even thought to look it up, see what it is, what it's about, what it means, none of that type of shit until like really you started saying it. Even though I heard Killer Priest say it a million times, you know what I mean? But it's just some shit that I just don't always quick to run and research. But it definitely got me open to researching shit now. And I saved this when I saw this. So these are books on the my or talking about my just a bunch of books that you can, you know what I mean,
hold
take.
up real quick.
Yeah.
Books for them, we found a nice bookstore in New Orleans that had some. I think I said it when we came back. That had some
Yeah.
good gems in that joint. Just ain't have enough time to
Right.
go through them all.
Yeah.
I'm on the lookout for these bookstores that sell these kinds of
Yeah.
books too,
Yeah.
and
Absolutely.
not just Amazon and what I mean all that
Right.
type shit.
Yeah.
I want
Yeah.
the books that got writing inside that
Right.
motherfucker. That's
Bent
how
up a little bit.
right. The the controlled chaos theory book
Yeah.
that I got. You know what I mean? Got some writing and shit up in that joint. So I
Yeah.
want books like that.
Yeah. Yeah, somebody was taking notes in that motherfucker type.
Yes,
I had a
indeed.
few
It
books
got
like that. Yeah.
usage. It's not like I said, Amazon where it just looked like it's printed. It really looks reprinted,
Uh,
and it should look like they probably could have took a page or two out that motherfucker or something.
right. Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, these are just a few. So yeah, definitely check them out. The person who posted this said, "Do not simply study mind, live it. Let truth guide your thoughts. Let balance shape your choices. Let compassion influence your words. Let integrity direct your actions. And every ordinary moment is another opportunity to embody divine order. The living temple does not merely believe in Ma'at, it practices Ma'at."
Thanks to my hat, I stayed balanced. That's what the
Indeed.
song said. That's how I first was came to it in the song, and I messed with the song. So I'm like, "What the fuck is
Yeah.
my?" And then I went
Right.
to do like all the Reiki shit and stuff like that. And then
Yeah.
one of the cards, but during my Reiki session, she did a reading as well, and it was one of the cards that was picked. No, it wasn't even doing the Reiki. It was doing a despacho. I went back for a despacho read kind of thing.
Yeah.
And one of the cards that she picked was Mayat. I mean, it was a Mayat joint, which balance. So I just
Yeah.
took it as I need to, what I mean, get more balance in my life and shit. So I'm like,
Right.
okay, shit. I've been listening to it, and it just flowed into my life
Should
to
feel
add
right.
on to it. Hell yeah, that shit came right into the time where that's the only music I was listening to, kind
Yeah.
of thing, and that shit came right into play during that time. I'm like, hell yeah.
True indeed. All right, so yeah, let's jump into these readings. I think that's it. I'll go over the rest next episode. There's definitely still a bunch more. Like I said, that's 2 weeks worth. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, it'll take up the whole next 30 minutes, man. I get them done. All right, so let's jump into this the frequency prison. That is yeah, that's the thumbnail on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, that's what you see. But yeah, the frequency prison. It's chapter 8. The war you cannot see but live every day. Sound, emotion, media, attention, technology. Chapter 9, the hidden reset. You may already be living inside of it. Money, time, education, media, consumption, and identity. The signal controls you. The system rebuilds you. Awareness sets you free. All right, so let's jump into this thing. All right, yeah, chapter 8. Yeah, I fucking asked chat to go in 3 times before, but man, that motherfucker took that shit literally. Like, oh, you want more? And they go, okay. They left. God damn. Not this goddamn long, bro. Hold up. All right. That's what's up, though. You know what I mean? It ain't scratching the surface. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Going
that's
beneath
what it
that.
was doing at first. Like, nah, nigga. Get deep on it, yeah. All right. So chapter 8, the frequency prison. If you control the signal, do you control the human? Perhaps the cage was never built around the body. Perhaps it was built around the signal the body receives. All right. The eighth chamber. Before we begin, listen. Not to me. Listen beneath me. The hum of your computer, the ventilation system, the traffic outside, electricity moving through the building, your heartbeat, your breathing. There's almost nowhere on earth where you experience absolute silence. Something is always oscillating, something is always moving, something is always transmitting. And inside your skull, billions of neurons are communicating through electrochemical activity. Your heart produces measurable electrical signals, your nervous system communicates continuously, your ears translate. Oh shit, where am I? God damn it. I didn't move the damn thing. My bad, y'all. Yeah, your ears translate pressure waves into perception. Your eyes interpret a narrow band of electromagnetic radiation. You experience reality through signals. You experience reality through signals. Now, think about that carefully, because this chapter begins with a disturbing question. If the human being experiences reality through signals, what happens when you control the signal? Welcome to the frequency prison. First, we need to correct a misunderstanding. You probably heard the famous quote attributed to Nikola Tesla. If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. There's a problem. There's no reliable primary source showing Tesla actually said those exact words. And I want to point that out because this entire series is about remembering. We cannot investigate manipulation while repeating something simply because the internet told us it was true. But here's the interesting part. Tesla absolutely was obsessed with electrical oscillation, resonance, alternating currents, wireless transmission, and electromagnetic phenomena. So even without the meme, frequency mattered enormously to his work, and it matters enormously to modern physics. But we need to understand what frequency actually means. Everything doesn't have a frequency. You'll often hear everything is frequency. Scientifically, that's too simplistic. But the deeper statement isn't completely meaningless. Physical systems can oscillate. Atoms interact, molecules vibrate, sound has frequency, light has frequency, electromagnetic radiation has frequency. Your brain exhibits rhythmic electrical activity that scientists categorize into frequency bands. Your heart beats rhythmically, your breathing oscillates, your circadian system follows cycles. So perhaps the better statement is rhythm is woven deeply into living systems. And once you understand rhythm, you understand something important. Rhythms can synchronize. Entrainment, this word matters. Entrainment. Imagine several metronomes gnomes placed on a movable platform. Initially, they tick independently, but because they influence the same platform, over time, their rhythms can synchronize. This phenomenon occurs in many physical and biological systems. Yeah, you ever seen that done before when they put something like put a bunch of things moving in different motion together, and then after a while, they just start all fucking moving in the same.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, that shit wild.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. All right. Over time, their rhythms can synchronize. This phenomenon occurs in many physical and biological systems. Now, think about humans. People walking together often synchronize their steps. Crowds clap and eventually establish rhythm. Musicians synchronize, dancers synchronize. People having conversations can unconsciously mirror posture, facial expressions, and speech patterns. Human beings in train now ask the uncomfortable question: what else are we synchronizing with? Your brain has rhythms. Your brain isn't humming one single frequency. Its electrical activity contains complex patterns. Researchers commonly discuss frequency ranges such as delta, theta, alpha, beta, and gamma. These patterns correlate with different behavioral and cognitive conditions. Although internet spirituality often oversimplifies what they mean, delta activity is prominent during deep sleep. Alpha activity is commonly associated with relaxed wakefulness. Beta activity often accompanies active thinking. Gamma activity has been studied in connection with certain kinds of cognition and perception. But here's where things become interesting. Meditation can alter patterns of neural activity. Sleep alters them, stress alters them, drugs alters them, music can influence arousal and emotion. Breathing can influence nervous system state. Environment matters, meaning your consciousness is not experienced in one fixed physiological state. The ancient sound technology. Now travel backward. Before electricity, before laboratories, before neuroscience, what do we find? Drums. Drums everywhere, chanting everywhere. Bells, gongs, mantras, prayer, rhythmic dancing. Why? Different cultures gave different explanations. Communication with spirits, worship, healing, community, initiation, trance. But underneath all of those explanations, something physically real is happening. Rhythm affects human beings. Try listening to funeral music, then immediately play aggressive battle drums. Your physiology responds differently. Sounds enter the air, but experience extends throughout the body. The mantra. Consider the mantra, a phrase repeated again and again and again and again. Modern people sometimes dismiss repetition as primitive superstition. But repetition is one of the most powerful learning mechanisms in the nervous system. Yo, that's super fucking. I don't give. Yo, I gotta. Yo, I can say this is 1000% true. Like this is how I was getting through music school. Like even if you don't even really know the shit, like once you memorize these terms and phrases and shit and keep saying them over and over and over, that's how I learned to study now. I put the meanings and the definitions and shit onto through Pro Tools. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And just play that shit all day while I'm working in the truck. Nigga, I hear that shit. Like, I used to hear that shit like 8, 10 hours a day straight. Nigga, I ace every fucking test, bro. Yeah, I'm like, I wish I would have knew this shit in school. You know, I ain't had Pro Tools. I could have found some type of recorder or something.
right.
You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Yo,
Information.
ace every fucking test, bro. Listening to that shit 8 to 10 hours a day, just driving, just listening to it over and over and over and over.
Yeah, it's like you have no other choice but to receive it.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, repetition fucking works, bro. Real
Especially if
shit.
it's something, if it's things that you enjoy. I
Yeah,
would imagine that being even more better.
indeed. But yeah,
Hey,
that's why
but
I was able to do it because I'm working. So I ain't got nothing else to do for eight to
right,
ten
right,
hours,
right.
but be in that fucking truck.
Yeah,
So I imagine it would be harder sitting at home and you doing this, doing that. You know what I mean? All
right,
the
right.
time.
Bunch of other things in
Yeah,
play.
yeah. But yeah,
Oh yeah. But before you move on, all the, of course, and as we know, Theta, Delta, Beta, Gammas, and all that type of shit. But the
yeah.
sororities and shit, of course, use that a lot. Now I don't know in which way that they are using it, but it
Mhm.
just popped in my head like it could be a connection with it all. You know what I mean?
I
These
believe
are
it,
these
man.
are still secret societies and shit as
Right.
well. This is a
Exactly.
brotherhood and a sisterhood that you are
Right.
getting a part of,
They know
kind
what's
of
up.
thing. Hell yeah, I would imagine. I would imagine that they do.
Yeah, man.
That's
Motherfuckers in the
that's
place.
that's interesting. Yeah, that's interesting.
Hmm.
And this random too, but a random white guy came up to me on the cruise.
Yeah.
Um, his wife, and I'm talking, he had to be like 70, maybe 80. But his
Mhm.
wife was looking at like handbags and stuff, just the same as my wife was. And he say, "Oh, we might as well go sit down," and all this type of shit because they're gonna be a while, all this type of shit. But you know,
Right.
I mean, just a friendly old guy. But then
Yeah.
shook my hand and said such and such. He is he was a master mason
Oh yeah.
uh, kind of joint, but he says like 200 of them on that ship. We're not master masons, but 200 masons on the ship right now, celebrating their new master guy, which is a black guy. So
Yeah.
them and their families, it was a whole bunch of them on that motherfucker, and you can tell because, of course, a lot of people had their necklaces on, a lot of people had their
Yeah.
rings on,
Yeah.
and the whole
Yeah.
group had like on a certain shirt with the new guy on the back, kind of thing. But like I said, this is completely random. But we secret societies and shit popped up. But I just thought that shit
Yeah.
was random. That he just came up. He didn't come up to me, but we just so happened to be right then and there. Him being
Right.
friendly as he
Right.
was,
Right.
and saying
Right.
what he said and all that type shit. And then we,
That's
here with the
definitely interesting.
hell yeah, I'm like, and then and from there, my mind got to thinking like, oh shit, who in y'all group they trying to take out now? This
Right.
cruise ain't right no more, and I got, and that was on like day 2. I was like, oh, I'm on this
Yeah,
motherfucker
8 more
with,
days. That's 7 more days. I'm
right?
like,
I'm on this motherfucker with.
motherfucker.
I just thought that shit was, I thought that was very interesting.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. Because
Hold on real quick.
the information, the information and shit that they hold, the knowledge and shit that they keep secretive and shit.
Yeah. Imagine what he knew.
Right. And he, like I said, he was like 80, and he was once in the position of what a guy is, you know, the master guy, whatever. He didn't say his level of where he was or any type of shit like that. But
Most likely gonna die with them secrets.
oh hell yeah, they're not. If you're not a part of them, of course, you're not gonna get that information. The same as say it again.
So, because he could have told you, like, yo, you want to know some shit real quick?
Hell
Since we waiting on that while.
Right.
Let me tell you how the world has to work.
Real quick. I'm up here of age. I don't give a shit no more.
You know what I mean? Fuck these motherfuckers.
Take his gym real quick.
You know what I mean?
But on the damn show had me thinking of the fucking knowledge that they know of. And then I started seeing them with their families and the younger kids, like, you know, their wives, but also younger kids and all that type of shit that's growing, like not sure if they're having their kids, you know, come up in it as well. But I would imagine so, kind of thing. So then them coming up in it like that and all the information that they're getting, know now, I mean the discipline that they're being given so far. It brought up my mind, just kind of went everywhere. Yeah. And then now we talking about, about this, so it popped back in my thoughts.
Indeed. All right, let's jump back into it. Modern people sometimes dismiss repetition as primitive superstition, but repetition is one of the most powerful learning mechanisms in the nervous system. Repeat something enough and familiarity increases. Musicians know this, athletes know this, advertisers know this. Political campaigns know this. Religions know this. Children know this. The nervous system learns through repetition. Now, perhaps ancient mantra traditions weren't merely trying to communicate information. Perhaps they were trying to create states. That is a different technology. All right, cymatics. Now we enter one of the most visually fascinating areas, cymatics. Place sand on a vibrating plate. Introduce certain frequencies. The sand organizes around nodal patterns. Change the frequency, the pattern changes. These are known as Chladni figures. Chladni. This is real physics. The vibration isn't magically creating sacred geometry. It's causing material on a resonating surface to redistribute according to the plate's vibrational modes. But visually, it's extraordinary. Sound organizing matter, and inevitably, the mystics ask, if vibration can organize matter under certain physical conditions, what role might rhythm play in biological organization? Yeah, I always definitely found that interesting. You know what cymatics is?
Not offhand, no.
Hold on, I'm about to show you. Yeah, but I always found this interesting when I saw it. And I always definitely was like, in my own head, like, yeah, okay, so if it can do that, like imagine what it can do to the human body. You know what I'm saying?
The vibration kind of stuff where it creates the different.
Yeah, it's the
sound.
Yeah, the sand and shit.
Yeah. Okay, I'm looking at it now, and it goes into certain like geometry kind of forms type. Okay, yeah. That's exactly.
Yeah, basically, yeah. And I definitely found that very interesting. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because you can do that. I think you do that with the surface of water and all of that type of stuff. So it would be mostly water.
Right.
You know what I mean, so yeah. So imagine with these vibrations and them changing the music to 440 and all of these other hertz and frequencies that we get through the TVs and radios and shit is doing to our body. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's crazy. And certain I guess certain frequencies make certain designs.
Yeah.
And
it showed like one of the bad frequencies like showed it all messed up. It wasn't pretty like the high frequencies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked different.
The low frequencies produce simple geometric patterns, while higher frequencies create more intricate designs.
Fucking fucking super intelligent designs. Yo, that shit be crazy. Like,
That shit is
yo, what
wild.
the fuck is this? Yeah. Yo, that's some interesting shit right there, yo.
Yeah, and like you said, with that, if it is all about frequency, imagine just think of all the low vibrational shit that they're doing to put our sand in the lowest point,
Keep
at the
us fucking,
lowest point.
yeah, keep us fucked up on
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
inside.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. That's why motherfuckers kill themselves and shit. They can't, it's confusion, it's frustration. They
Yeah,
don't know what
man.
the fuck to do. You know what I mean? Like I can, hey, that's why I'm definitely glad I'm the type of person I am, because yeah, it
Yeah,
ain't, you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
I can see how motherfuckers can get completely frustrated with life. They be like, man, fuck this shit.
Just fuck it.
Know what I'm saying? It's too much confusion, there's too much going on, especially if you in the streets too, on top of that, motherfuckers
Right,
trying to keep you like,
right.
it's like, bro.
Doing all that,
Too
then
much.
you up 1 minute, down one
Yeah.
minute,
You know what I
losing
mean?
love, losing shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
You know what I
Hell
mean?
yeah.
So, it's a lot, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. Let's jump back
Yeah, that's
into it.
wild.
Uh where I'm at. Yes. So place sand on a vibrating plate, introduce certain frequencies. The sand organizes around nodal patterns. Change the frequency, the pattern changes. I said, yeah, these are known as the Chladni figures. This is real physics. The vibration isn't magically creating sacred geometry. It's causing material on a resonating surface to redistribute according to the plate's vibrational modes. But visually, it's extraordinary. Sound organizing matter, and inevitably, the mystics acts if vibration can organize matter under certain physical conditions. What role might rhythm play in biological organization? We have to be careful here. Cymatics does not prove that thoughts magically restructure reality, but it provides a beautiful demonstration of a deeper principle. Invisible forces can produce visible organization. Hold on one second. All right. The real frequency weapon. No, my bad. Resonance. Now we need another word, resonance. Every physical system has conditions under which it responds strongly to particular inputs. Push a child on a swing randomly, little happens. Push at exactly the right rhythm, higher, higher, higher. That's resonance. Now apply that metaphor psychologically. What resonates with fear? A threatening hairline. What resonates with anger? An insult. What resonates with grief? A memory. What resonates with desire? An image. Maybe humans possess psychological resonances just as physical objects possess mechanical ones. And somebody doesn't necessarily need to control your mind if they understand what already resonates within it. The real frequency weapon. Forget science fiction for a minute. Now there's a frequency manipulation system already surrounding almost everyone, and it's perfectly visible. The attention economy. Your phone vibrates, you look, notification, you look, breaking news, you look, comment, you look, message, you look, red icon, you look, scroll, 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 stop, watch, scroll, watch, react, repeat. Notice what's happening. Your nervous system is being trained through repetition, not necessarily by some single mastermind. Algorithms are often optimizing measurable outcomes, watch time, clicks, retention, engagement, purchases, and human attention becomes the resource being competed for. The prison doesn't need bars, it needs your attention. Emotional entrainment. Now let's go deeper. Human beings transmit emotional states socially. You have experienced this. Walk into a room immediately after an argument, nobody tells you anything, but something feels wrong. Enter a stadium filled with 70,000 screaming people, your state changes. Attend a funeral, your state changes. A concert changes. A church changes. A protest changes. Emotion can spread through groups through facial expressions, language, initiation, or imitation, social cues, expectations, and shared attention. Psychologists sometimes describe aspects of this as emotional contagion. Now, scale that from 50 people to 5 billion connected devices. For the first time in known human history, a frightening image can emotionally affect millions of people within minutes. Think about the implications. Fear is a frequency, metaphorically. When spiritual teachers say fear is a low frequency, science does not measure fear in hertz like a radio signal. That's metaphorical language. But physiologically, fear absolutely changes the organism: heart rate, hormones, attention, muscle tension, breathing, decision making. When afraid, your field of attention can narrow. Survival becomes priority, long term reasoning may suffer. So let's translate the esoteric language into something measurable. If you can keep a population chronically afraid, you don't need mystical frequency technology to alter consciousness. The nervous system does it for you. The Schumann resonance. Now we into one of the most misunderstood subjects in modern spirituality. Earth has natural electromagnetic resonances. Lightning excites electromagnetic waves in the cavity between Earth's surface and the ionosphere. The fundamental Schumann resonance is around 7.83 hertz, with additional modes above it. That's real geophysics, but online claims go much further. You'll hear the Earth's frequency is rising, human DNA is upgrading, Schumann spikes prove collective awakening. Those claims aren't established by the measurement itself. Schumann resonance activity varies for physical reasons involving lightning, atmospheric conditions, and the ionosphere. However, the spiritual interpretation raises an interesting symbolic idea. For thousands of years, for thousands of years, humans lived intimately connected with natural cycles: sunrise, sunset, moonlight, seasons, weather, darkness. Modern civilization radically changed that environment. Artificial light, screens, 24-hour cities, constant stimulation. Perhaps we don't need mystical electromagnetic explanations to recognize that our relationship with Earth's natural rhythms has changed dramatically. Circadian rhythm. Here's yeah, yo, that I never really thought about that either. That could be the reason why shit is spiking. Like we literally are up all night, all day, somewhere. There's no real sleep period.
Sleep,
Then you got the night jobs,
Mm-hmm.
phones. You got constant entertainment at your fucking right there in front of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So yeah.
that's what my thought. Well, after saying everything that you have mentioned,
Mm,
as far as the frequency and stuff goes, now my
yeah,
thought went to everybody was I'm not gonna say afraid, but the talk was 5G this, 5G that, as
uh,
if it give out cancer and all that type shit. But what if it's deeper than that? What if it's not? Yes, it could do cancer. I'm not taking that away. But what if it's the control of the frequency, the of the body? You know what I mean?
yeah,
They
yeah,
they they put that up for deeper control kind of
absolutely.
thing. And then beyond, I'm not gonna say bigger than cancer, but beyond just it being cancer. But now it could send a quicker, faster frequency to the body that'll change the mental and the
Yes,
speed of, you know what I mean, kind of thing. What if it's deeper to that level? And that's
yeah,
crazy because I didn't want to forget it, so I was writing the question out to my man Chad about man, just if we as human are affected by frequency, is it safe to say pretty much what I just said,
right.
kind of thing? You know what I mean? But I know it's a better way to say that shit, but
Yeah,
still, that's
yeah, yeah.
still
That,
something to
that is
fucking think
crazy.
about.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I say that those when you scroll past all of these stories, and that's why they're doing it more and more and more.
Yeah,
I mean, promoting deaths that happened in 1992. Like, why? You know what I'm saying?
right,
Like
right,
it's new
right.
news. You know what I
And
mean? Like,
they're
come
still
on,
putting out the documentaries on who killed Tupac and Biggie.
man.
Really,
Exactly.
what is the
Over and
story
over.
about this 30 years later? Why haven't they found such and such to reopen
Right.
old wounds? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That shit is
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. Absolutely. All right. Here's what science becomes, or the circadian rhythm. Here's what science becomes more interesting than the conspiracy. Your body contains biological clocks. Light entering your eyes helps synchronize circadian rhythms. Morning light matters, darkness matters, sleep timing matters, melatonin matters. Your body evolved under day, night for an unimaginably long period. Then humanity invented something extraordinary: artificial light. Suddenly, night wasn't night anymore. Then television, then computers, then smartphones. Now, many humans stare into illuminated rectangles until the moment they fall asleep. Maybe the frequency prison doesn't require a secret machine. Perhaps we built part of it ourselves. 432 and 440 hertz. Now let's enter a controversial territory. You may have heard that music was intentionally changed from 432 to 440 hertz, possibly to disconnect humanity spiritually. There are many claims surrounding this story. Some say that 432 hertz harmonizes with nature. Others claim that 440 creates agitation or disconnection. Historically, musical pitch standards varied significantly before modern standardization, and today's common A equals 440 hertz standard emerged through practical international standardization rather than credible evidence of a secret consciousness control program. Scientific evidence does not establish 432 hertz as an inherently spiritual superior. However, people can prefer one tuning over another. And music absolutely affects emotion. So perhaps the deeper question isn't which frequency is evil. It's why does organized sound possess such extraordinary power over human emotion? That's much more interesting. Music is emotional architecture. Think about film. Remove the soundtrack from a horror movie. Suddenly, a I definitely think about this all the time, and I remember too. I remember Olaf said this shit like fucking 15, 20 years ago. He's like, yo, without music, the world would be boring. And yo, that's real fucking fast. And I think about this all the time. Like, yo, what would this movie be without the sounds, without the music? That shit would be whack as
And even the instrumental part to it is the
Hell
build
yeah.
up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That makes it.
Oh, yeah.
Finding the
Sound
right
effects.
shit makes it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it was
Hell
just
yeah.
talk. Man, come on, bro. Get the fuck out of here with this shit. You would have to have a specific type of movie, and that would be the only type of movie that works. You know what I
For
mean?
that.
Like on some screenplay type, I mean, on some play type shit, where people actually care about dialogue more than, you know what I mean, the
Anything
movie.
else. And that's
Yeah.
damn sure that's a reverse kind of thing to put out. To do a short film, I guess showing how important music, sound effects, and all
Yeah.
that type of shit
Yeah.
is.
Okay.
So do
Yeah.
one completely with
Yeah.
dialogue. That's it. You don't got the, the people they add in the zipper sounds, the people opening the doors, the car stuff. All that shit is added in, the
Yeah.
footsteps and all that type of shit. So do it with
Right.
just dialogue and see how that shit is. Just I mean,
Right.
experiment based, and that shit might be the one to take off. I mean, doing some shit
Yeah.
like that because it is a bit different, and that makes very much sense. How much music and sound effects play a hell of a
Real
part.
shit. Major goddamn part.
That's the whole shit.
Hell
The whole
yeah.
fucking half, well, little more than half the goddamn movie.
hmm All right. Music is emotional architecture. Think about film. Remove the soundtrack from any horror movie. Suddenly, half the fear disappears. Now, change the music. Put circus music underneath the murderer walking down the hallway. The emotional meaning changes completely. Same images, different sound, different reality. You know this especially well if you work with audio. Frequency balance, dynamics, rhythm, silence, reverb, all shape perception. A bass note doesn't merely enter the ears, you can feel it. Music can make humans cry without speaking one word. That's extraordinary. Language is also sound. Now we're going subterranean. Before words have meaning, they have sound. A baby hears tone before understanding vocabulary. Your name is a sound you've been conditioned to recognize. Someone can whisper it across a crowded room and your attention immediately locks on. Why? Programming. Not sinister programming, but learning. Learning is programming in a broad sense. Now consider propaganda. Advertising slogans, political chants, religious recitations or recitations, corporate jingles, repeated phrases while repetition, because repeated information becomes familiar. And psychologically, familiarity can sometimes be mistaken for truth. This is called the illusory truth effect. Now we're getting somewhere. You don't necessarily have to convince someone logically. Repeat something enough and it begins feeling familiar. Familiar becomes comfortable. Comfortable can be believable. The frequency prison may operate through repetition. Symbols are frequency without sound. Now take the same idea and remove audio. Now take the same idea and remove audio. Symbols, a cross, a flag, a corporate logo, a eye, a serpent, a swastika, a dollar sign, one image can activate thousands of associations instantly. That's not magic. That's symbolic conditioning. But ancient mystery schools understood symbolism long before modern advertising agencies existed. Symbols bypass lengthy explanations, they compress information. In that sense, a symbol is almost like a psychological zip file. One image, thousands of meanings. Now into the speculative chamber. Now everything up to this point gives us a foundation. Now we can responsibly ask the stranger question. Could technology intentionally manipulate human consciousness through sound or electromagnetic energy? Certain technologies absolutely can affect biological tissue. Medicine already uses electromagnetic and acoustic technologies. MRI, transcranial magnetic stimulation, ultrasound, electrical stimulation. So interaction between energy and biology isn't science fiction. But this does not establish the sweeping online claims that hidden frequency systems are secretly controlling entire populations. Claims involving global mind control frequencies, covert towers, controlling thoughts, or similar mechanisms require evidence that currently isn't publicly established. But let's entertain the hypothesis philosophically. If such technology ever became sufficiently advanced, what would be more powerful? A weapon that destroys the body or one that alters perception? The perfect weapon would be invisible. Think about it. If someone attacks your body, you know you're under attack. But suppose something altered mood, attention, memory, motivation without your awareness. How would you recognize it? That idea appears constantly in science fiction because it touches a genuine philosophical vulnerability. We experience reality through the same biological machinery that will have to detect interference with reality. That's a paradox. If perception itself were manipulated, the instrument detecting the manipulation would already be compromised. Now we're in the basement. But there's an even easier method. Why invent a machine when humans already manipulate one another through information? Fear, shame, status, tribal identity, repetition, reward, punishment, sex, belonging, outrage. Humans respond strongly to all of them. Algorithms don't need to beam thoughts into your skull. They simply need to learn what makes you click, and every click teaches the system a little more about you, your desires, your fears, your politics, your humor, your anger, your loneliness, your curiosity. Eventually, the machine doesn't need to read your mind. You have already trained it on your behavior. The algorithmic mirror. This may be one of the strangest developments in human history. Your ancestors looked into water and saw the reflection. You looked into an algorithm and increasingly see a world selected according to your behavior. Two people can open the same platform and inhabit completely different informational realities, different news, different fears, different enemies, different truths, different worlds. And each person thinks this is what everyone is seeing. Maybe the frequency prison isn't one frequency. Maybe it's millions of individualized realities, each tuned specifically to the observer. The Kundalini connection. Now return to Kundalini. Why do traditional practices emphasize silence, breath, meditation, withdrawal from stimulation, fasting, solitude, prayer? Perhaps because awakening requires something modern civilization rarely provides. Stillness. Hold on real quick.
Okay.
All right, yeah. Get back to it. What was that? Oh yeah, okay. Perhaps because awakening requires something modern civilization rarely provides, stillness. If your attention is constantly captured externally, when do you observe internally? If every empty moment is filled with content, when does the unconscious speak? Maybe the serpent doesn't rise because you've discovered some secret magical technique. Maybe awakening begins when the noise becomes quiet enough for you to finally hear yourself. The frequency prison has 7 locks. Let's use the chakra system symbolically. Root, fear. Keep humanity afraid and survival dominates. Sacral, pleasure. Keep humanity addicted to stimulation and desire dominates. Solar plexus, status. Keep humanity competing and ego dominates. Heart, division. Keep humanity hating and compassion collapses. Throat, censorship and self-censorship. Make people afraid to speak and expression contracts. Third eye, distraction. Flood awareness with noise and insight becomes difficult. Crown, separation. Convince everyone they are completely disconnected from nature, from humanity, from meaning, from the cosmos, and unity disappears. Now look at those 7 locks. You don't have to believe chakras are literal energy centers. As a psychological map, the symbolism alone is powerful. The prison guard. Here's the deepest part. Eventually, the prison doesn't require guards. The prisoner guards himself. He checks the phone, nobody forces him. He argues online, nobody forces him. He compares himself to strangers, nobody forces him. He consumes things he doesn't need, nobody forces him. He feels silence immediately, nobody forces him. And then when silence finally arrives, he becomes uncomfortable. Think about that. A human being uncomfortable being alone with their own consciousness. If someone wanted to disconnect humanity from inner awareness, could they design anything more effective? Again, we do not need to assume someone deliberately designed the entire system. Systems can emerge because millions of incentives point in the same direction. Profit wants attention, politics wants attention, entertainment wants attention, influencers want attention, news wants attention. Everyone competes for the same thing, you. The real currency. Maybe money isn't the most valuable currency anymore. Maybe attention is, because wherever attention goes, energy follows. Time follows, emotion follows, money often follows, behavior follows, identity can follow. Your life is ultimately composed of whatever you repeatedly give your attention to. Think about how profound that is. Every hour you give away is an hour of your existence. You can earn money back, you cannot earn yesterday back. Therefore, attention is not merely valuable, attention is life. Breaking the signal. So how does someone escape the frequency prison? Not by becoming paranoid, not by assuming every cell tower is attacking them, not by fearing technology. Fear itself will become another prison. Instead, you become conscious of what influences your state. Silence, meditation, nature, breathing, intentional music, reading, creating, sleep, conversation, reflection, turning the screen off, watching your thoughts instead of automatically obeying them. That's not mystical. That's sovereignty over attention. And perhaps attention is the first gate to consciousness. The basement beneath the basement. Now we reach the deepest question. What if the reason every spiritual tradition emphasizes controlling the mind is because the mind determines the world you experience? Not necessarily because thoughts magically manufacture physical reality, but because your attention determines what you notice. What you notice shapes what you think influences what you choose. What you choose becomes behavior. Behavior becomes habit, habit becomes character, character influences destiny. Suddenly, mind creates reality. Doesn't sound quite as ridiculous. It just means something deeper than magic. And now, return to the beginning. Civilizations reset, knowledge disappears, memories fade, people become conditioned, technology accelerates, attention fragments, consciousness becomes externally occupied, and perhaps the deepest reset doesn't require destroying humanity. It only requires changing what humanity pays attention to. Because if you can control someone's attention, you influence their perception. Influence perception, you influence interpretation. Influence interpretation, you influence decisions. Influence decisions, you influence behavior. Influence behavior long enough, and eventually you influence civilization. Leaving the eighth chamber. Maybe the frequency prison is literal. Maybe certain technologies capable of influencing consciousness will eventually exist or already exist in limited medical forms. Maybe some speculative claims will someday prove partially correct. Maybe many won't. But there's one frequency prison we don't have to speculate about, the endless competition for human attention. And perhaps the first act of awakening isn't raising your vibration, is realizing who has been tuning your dial. Because once you can hear the interference, you can begin searching for your own signal. And maybe beneath the noise, beneath the fear, beneath the algorithms, beneath the identities, beneath everything you've been told you are, there's something incredibly quiet that has been waiting this entire time. Not for you to discover it, but to remember it. All right, so yeah, that's chapter 8, the frequency prison. Hey, that joke was 30 fucking minutes long.
That's wild. Hey, something that I found the first joint about the Bible scripture and this one at kind of at the same time, and I think this one goes with a lot of what you just read. Pretty much, it's on us at the end of the day to figure out what and to see what we need for ourselves, for our lives, as we always say.
Yeah.
And this joint said you don't always need to destroy the darkness. Sometimes you need to create enough light to distinguish what is actually there. You know what I mean? And I guess not I guess, but once you do that again, like tuning your own channel. Once you find out and you go to tuning your own channel, you figure shit out.
Mm-hmm. I
But
say
first,
too.
you gotta notice that that shit is there.
Yeah. I definitely came to a lot of that realization too. Like that. As much as shit is going on in this world is really if like you are participating in this shit or not. Most of it.
Mm,
You know what I mean? Like some shit, I don't know, some shit is like mandatory, I guess. Maybe like I don't know, let's say money. Yeah, like money. Until we figure out, a different different currency that we can use besides what the government created. I would say that that's one that's kind of locked in position. It's hard to escape
yeah, yeah, yeah.
that. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I think most of the stuff that the world has created definitely is all a play in that on they just playing with us. Like we don't really have to be involved in this shit. You know what I'm saying? We don't really have to be a part of it or even claim it as evil when it's really just somebody figuring out who we are and then taking advantage, basically, I
Yeah,
guess, or
again,
making it comfortable for themselves. You know what I'm
mhm.
saying? Because we just wasn't smart enough to realize the shit, so they just taking advantage of the shit. Yeah, you know what I mean? But
And it all goes back to a choice too, to that choice, going up to that fork in the road. Especially once you realize what's what, and once you come to like, hold up, this is just not right. Now you
right,
got the choice if you want to continue to walk down the same path and keep saying that the shit ain't right, or do
yeah,
you want to completely take yourself out of it and not even pay it no mind and do what's right for you. Now that you know that it's not right.
exactly.
So,
Yeah, I
hell
mean,
yeah, man.
yeah, that's real shit though. Cause yeah, and then but one thing for sure though, yeah, they definitely did their thing with this phone thing. You know what I mean? Cause
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
they got it. They got all the information. Goddamn, where everybody, hey, that's riding past everything, every bus stop, anywhere people are standing, nigga. Everybody, every single
Everybody's
person
there, and
is in there.
we've mastered the ability to walk, drive, talk,
Yeah,
multitask with the phone being at the center
right,
of that attention. Like, yeah, I'm doing all right. Or you walking, and even myself, I've noticed. Like, I can walk, but I still can see what's
right.
around me. So even
Yeah,
if it's last minute, I'm moving out your way because I see somebody walking to me, but I still could be on my phone while doing that.
still in the
We
phone.
mastered that, texting and driving, talking and driving. We've now
Yeah,
mastered being on that phone and putting everything else second to that damn thing.
yeah, real shit.
You know what I mean? That's why I'm glad, like I said, we went on this joint, didn't get the internet package because I wasn't on my phone. The shit
Right.
felt fucking great.
Yeah,
Like I was on my phone because I was still able to be on their Wi-Fi to text our message, like my
yeah,
wife if we were separated or mom and them or something like that to see what we meeting up at for certain things. But outside of that, no face, couldn't get on Facebook, couldn't text anybody that really didn't have our message, and shit like that. So and that felt great to not
yeah.
run to my phone or go to my phone or check my
Yeah,
phone and shit. And that
yeah.
shit, that shit was peaceful, man. That shit was so peaceful.
It's definitely habit at this point. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it is.
I definitely catch myself scrolling. Like, what the fuck? I just picked the phone up to scroll, put it down. 2 minutes later, pick the bitch back up, scroll again. Like,
Back
hold on,
right.
what the fuck are
Nothing
we doing?
changed.
Right. Hold on.
Realized it 30 minutes later after being on the phone.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
fuck, I wasn't supposed to be on. I came on and it didn't even look up what you really went on the phone to look up.
Right.
Like, I hate those moments.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Go searching for something else and you scroll like, oh shit, I was supposed to be looking for it. Do
And
that a
now I got
lot.
to be on the
Yeah.
phone longer because now
Yeah.
I got to go back and look up
Go
what the
back.
fuck I
Yeah.
started with.
Do that shit all the fucking time, yo. Real shit.
They got this shit
Yeah,
figured out for sure.
yeah. So, yo, you want to do chapter now? Or you want to wait till next time? Because that bitch probably 30 minutes too.
Yeah, we can wait till next time because I something started that we were supposed to go to 30 minutes ago.
All right, yeah,
So
that'll
we could
work.
run down
Next
this
time we
joint.
might jump it off with the motherfucking read and see how much time we got after that. 'Cause
After
I
that,
told you
to
this
do the
straight went in on these joints, so I done spoke too goddamn soon. Like, yeah, all right, let me show you ass something. You want more? There you
hey,
go.
but it's damn sure worth the read. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
hell
Worth
yeah,
the
hell
deep
yeah.
dive because
Yeah,
perspective, man, it damn sure sent my mind Of course, into areas where it always was in, but new areas as well, new things to talk about, new things to look up, new things. It brought up new questions and new ways to look at. Like, hold up, okay, so if this is this, then maybe this is X, Y, and Z kind of thing. So, yeah, definitely worth the deep dive for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely creating their own prison for real. When you think about it, mostly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They just created the tools for us to create the prison our damn selves. You know
That's
what I mean?
it. That is no longer them doing it. You know what I
Right.
mean? They started it, yeah, but
Right.
the system is running on its own now.
Hey.
That
You
shit
know
is
what I mean?
crazy.
We are the algorithm about this bitch. We didn't
Right.
turned it to the goddamn algorithm. Fuck. Shit is
Shit is
controlling the
wild,
whole
man.
world in the palm of your hand.
That's and they just making it faster and more
Right.
instantaneous for your
More
ass.
exactly. More shit, more posts, more this, more man. Come on, man. How much shit?
Yep.
That's what I was thinking. Like, how much shit we gonna flood ourselves with before it's just too much shit to watch?
Yep.
Like, it's already too much shit to watch.
They just open it up to be able to see more things.
Yeah,
Like
more.
more degrading things, more death. Because we of course
Mhm,
scroll if you click on the wrong links or something like that,
mhm.
you see the actual shooting of somebody
Right.
that didn't make it.
Yeah,
You
that's
see
more. Yeah.
fucking sex scenes. You don't got to go to
Right.
fucking Pornhub or whatever they're using these days. You don't got to do that no
They
more. Click on the
uncensored.
right link is right there to you.
Shit, nigga getting straight murked.
Man, like
Like,
come
bro, y'all
on,
posting this
man.
shit? Ain't
On
no
and on.
blaring out or nothing.
And the people just saying this is for educational purposes only. What
Right.
you can put the story up there and it could be for
Right.
educational purposes. Why do you have show the whole murder scene or
Yeah.
the whole from start to finish murder joint? Like, come on, man. In my mind,
Desensitizing the world.
hell yeah. And where my mind is, I know it got me because I'll catch myself watching a couple of them. Like if I scroll past it, first of all, I'm not friends with a lot of the people that
No.
post shit, so I gotta, you know what I mean, block and do all that type shit. But if I click on it not knowing, because I'm gonna read it, going to see what it is, and come to find out this motherfucker didn't even make it, and I got fucking clear my mental of a murder scene I just fucking watched. Like, come on, man.
I feel it's gonna get to the point where when people in the world somebody gonna get shot in public and ain't nobody gonna run, they just gonna look
I
like, oh
know.
shit, dude just got shot, and then
Like,
we
that's
just gonna
crazy.
keep walking. You know what I mean?
Yep. Get a little
Yeah.
quick shots
Yeah.
or pull a phone out so
Yeah,
they
pull
can
their
get some
phone out. Oh
views.
shit,
Yeah, they can get some views.
nobody
Other than
running.
that, yeah, everybody numb.
Right.
Hear shots like, oh shit, and run to it.
Right.
And it's not running to fights anymore. It's
Right.
running to
Yeah.
more devious situations just to
Who
get a
just got
capture.
killed? Oh shit, dude bleeding
Right.
up. Hey yo, look at this shit.
Right. Yeah, call a police ambulance or something.
Right, while you
You got the
record.
phone in your hand.
Straight
Yeah,
like that.
that's what we are.
Yeah, man. So
Shit's
yeah, man.
wild.
Real shit. But yeah, so we gonna end it on that note, man. As usual, we appreciate y'all for tuning in, tapping in with us. We gonna get into chapter 9 next week, the hidden reset. Definitely some deep readings and some interesting stuff for sure. The more and more it goes on. So yeah, we appreciate y'all tapping in.
Always.
Peace to the gods, peace to the earth, peace to the seeds. One love, bro. And we gonna see y'all next Sunday.
For sure.
And we up out this thing.